We all have a story, we all have a tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite a guy.
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's another Sty Story Sunday. Crazy Phil is in the basement going, yeah, nobody sees him. Even if he was up here, nobody'd pay attention to that, you know? Oh, yeah, he's such a clown downstairs. Yeah. We'll take the chains off of him and bring him up here shortly. That he's shaking his head like, nah, you probably shouldn't, you know? Turn me loose. Oh boy, you're brave. Yeah. Hey, I got to give a shout out to the participants that are in the chat right now. We got Adventures in the Heartland. Great to see you, John. Jan's in here too, separately. But we got Ald Barlow. We've got Alyssa Kerwood, Rainbow Angel. And we've got Destination Great Lakes. Great to see you, Travis, Stephanie. We got Eric Pollock, E-Waste, Mike, there's my buddy. We got Chowser, Fox and Outdoors. We got Freeman James. We got Kimberly Ferris. Hi, Kimberly. And we've got Mystic Bunny, John's better half. We got Raven the Blackbird. And we've got Samantha Lee's originals. We got D-Bag 0584. Lots of great folks piled in here, and they'll be piling in as we go along. They always do. Well, right away, you know, let's pretty up the stage a little bit. Running Water was here. That wouldn't have prettied it up, but Running Water was here. But he's got the worst signal I've ever experienced. I mean, yeah. He tried to be up here, but it just wasn't working. Just was not working. Oh, I see Sweet Crazy Ann. She's out there. She's out in the chat. Good to see you, girl. And here we go. Now we'll pretty up this background a little bit. There we go. Haha, that's better.
Hey.
Hey, it is so good to see you. Oh, yeah.
You too.
Yes. And Phil's like, well, what about me? I'm pretty. There you go. There's Mr. Purdy. We let him up here.
What?
Nah, we'll keep it the other way. What? We'll put you down here.
Me?
Pretty? What? I'm not pretty. I'm pretty something. That's for sure. I'm pretty something.
How's everyone?
Good.
I'm very good. I'm very good today. Yeah, it's been a crazy day for me, but I'm good. I had I had an odd thing going on here. There's a gal. There's this gal I know that she she makes her own homemade candles, right? And then she sells them. And I used to burn a lot of candles. I always had a candle going around the place somewhere. And she said, all those glass containers those candles are in, save those. She said, because I want them, because I'll clean them up and then I'll reuse them. And then, because I make and sell candles. Now, I didn't have a choice. I had to count the damn things as I bagged them up this morning. It was insane. It was insane. 239 glass candle holders, everything from a tiny little glass one all the way up to these great big buggers that had the 4 wicks in them, 239 glass containers that at one time were candles. She called me this morning and she says, I'm not going to make candles anymore. You can just go ahead and throw what ones you have away. I said, what ones I have? I've been saving the damn things for almost 2 years. She goes, well, I won't need them. I would have loved to have hit her in the head with them. I hauled 4 30-gallon garbage bags of those candles down to the recycling dumpster and dumped them in there. Yeah, it says wash them out. Bullshit. I'm not melting the wax out of every one, 239 of them damn things. And if they don't want them, they can throw them in the regular trash. I've got so much room in my pantry. Holy God. I couldn't believe how much space those were taking up. I could put 6 months worth of food on the shelves that those were taking up. Yeah. So that was my chore this morning. Hey, Smithies, Kentucky. Good to see ya.
McKellen Lemba says, hi, Phil. I'm Tim's friend. Tim who? Tim from Kirk Whipper or Tim?
Yes.
Oh,
from Kirk Whipper.
Kirk Whipper. All right.
They've been paddling with Tim for a couple of years.
Oh, no.
It's nice to see you. Welcome to the channel.
Hey,
Welcome
Lisa.
to the channel. Tim is a great follower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Melissa, yes, I survived.
For Tim to bring a friend over, that's
nice. Yes, I survived, everybody, just in case anybody. Yes, I am here because this is not an apparition. Again, I survived another stupid, spicy, everybody calling and make sure that, Phil's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going through the final stages, though, of, eating something spicy right now.
Uh-huh.
It goes from here to, I'm in the final stages.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Yeah. I saw that you saw posts on Facebook and stuff, and I thought, oh, he's alive. I told him to update me early today, but he didn't. But I figured he's alive. Yeah. Did you mow grass today?
No, I didn't mow grass. It was, we started off in the morning, had to get some things done around here. And then this is my folks' last full day in Michigan before they go back down to Florida. So they wanted to stop by. It just, at a certain point, it became impossible to either start here and get finished here or go down to my mother-in-law's and do hers and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
So just, and then, of course, by the time they left, people were already here, were already talking about feed me, Seymour. So it was like, all right, I had to cook some grills and the burger.
The burger's on the grill.
That's what I was saying.
I told you I'm here to help you out.
I'm still having problems with my speech from all the capsaicin yesterday. So
yeah, yeah. At least your mouth's not black,
right? That's what my wife was. It's funny. My wife was telling me this morning. Well, she was telling one of the other kids Says, yeah, about 15 chips in. Megan and my wife are upstairs watching. Says, yeah, about 15 chips in. Megan's saying, Mom, go downstairs and stop him. Go downstairs. And she's like, nope, there's no stopping your dad. Once he's got his mind set to doing something, he's going to do it.
Well,
So
yep.
they were concerned for me.
Oh, doesn't that make you feel, well, at least wanted? Doesn't, I don't know that.
Where's the golden goose? Don't let the golden goose kill himself. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, never thought of it. She might have been saying, no, Megan, you should see his life insurance policy. Let him go.
We're not up to date. Let's go.
Yeah. Don't discourage him. He's doing good. Goofball. Hey, Jadzia Max. Great to see you. Jadzia Dax is in the house. And thank you, Adventures in the Heartland, for the sharing it out. That's great. Yeah, Destination Great Lakes. Thank you. Yeah, tonight's Sty Story is really thanks to Samantha and Crazy Ann. I wouldn't have ever thought of doing this as a Sty Story, but because none of it got on video, and I told them of some of my events in camp, they got such a kick out of my misfortune that they said it has to be a Sty Story. You have to do it. And I tell you, this is it's not often I have a Sty Story from a current event, I can describe something that just happened a couple days ago or something, but it doesn't seem like a story. But I'm going to try to drum this up with a little pattern to it so that you can kind of get the gist of the behind the scenes at camp. That not even the members. I did a behind the scenes video for the members. That's going to be probably going up tomorrow. But it's nothing compared to the story tonight, what occurred at camp off screen. And I know Destination Great Lakes, who's the hosts out there, they're just dying to hear it because they weren't there. I saw them the very first day I got there, and then I saw them the following weekend for a couple of days, and that was it. Well, in between that time, I couldn't go running to them for help, So, yeah, I think you'll enjoy this unusual story tonight. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Lizzie Ann, sweetie, good to see you, girl. It's good to see. It's good to see Phil and Mike talking to each other through emails. That's so they don't grab each other by the neck and wring each other's necks.
No, we communicated, but we kind of miscommunicated in a way. So
one of those where the written word can be taken wrong. So
here's the thing, I don't know if you want me to talk. So some people had messaged me yesterday and had made mention that they would like one of these, right?
Yeah.
What I did is I went to the store and I made some of these, which is a thumbnail.
Oh, neat.
And I put the little wrapper back in all the boxes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I put the thing back in the boxer with the stick with the
coupon.
The coupon. I mean, the coupon's good for a big bag of Packy chips, free, up to $5.99. So I put it together and I put a little thing on my community thing. If someone wanted it, they'd have to pay for X number of dollars, including shipping. I'd send it to anyone in the U.S. And then I also made a comment that, private messaged me about my shirt. Well, Mike, I think, private messaged me about my shirt, but thought that the $25 would cover the shirt. Well, hell, my shirt, that shirt I wore yesterday was more than $25 with shipping and everything else from Teespring. Someone else had already earlier in their day told me they wanted it, and I'd already committed to them. But I only realized after I agreed I thought he was talking about this for $25. I'd already agreed to give it to the other person. So, yeah. So I can ship this to you if you want, Mike. If you don't, that's fine too. Either way.
You guys will get her straight one way or the other. Or you'll just get it all that much more confusing. Yeah.
Or well,
I'm
course,
sure,
we
I'm
have to do
sure
that.
you guys can mess that up even.
well,
Yeah. Yeah. Communication, isn't that? Yeah. Destination Great Lakes says, I've reported Franken Munk to Chris. He says he will see if he can make him a camp mascot at East Twin so you won't be low. You tell Chris to trap that little bastard and send him to South Carolina. I mean, yeah. No, I do not want him showing up at East Twin next summer. If that chipmunk shows up at East Twin, yeah, that'd probably be my last hosting job because everybody on camp will hear when I finally get my hands on that monk. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Adventures in the Heartland, eat Minnesota fish for dinner. Yeah, they killed them in Minnesota on their trip. They went fishing. Really killed them there.
Hey, Cindy.
Relocation.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey, hunt for heat. Hey, everybody. The other night we were saying that, yeah. Phil's nothing but one of them flying monkeys, you know. And he is. I didn't know it. Thanks to Cindy.
I wasn't in the movie.
We caught him out and about and managed to snap a shot of him.
Yep, there I am. Yep. See, I told you I was in that movie. I can fly and everything.
Get her done, Granny.
There's my
We're
flying
done.
monkey. Right there's my flying monkey.
There's your flying monkey. Yeah,
Get her done.
you did see it, didn't you? Yeah, we got Phil the flying monkey now. Yeah, yeah. When he's acting like a flying monkey, we can always just
Yep. That's
It ain't
my
that funny, everyone. Oh.
That's my brother from another sister. Mother. I guess I put that wrong.
Hey everybody.
It's good to see you, Granny. Did you figure anything else out on your van?
Speaking of monkey, there's your grease monkey right there.
Yeah, the grease monkey. Yeah.
Oh, that bitch thinks that thinks neutral is drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put her in neutral and she tries to go forward.
And you put it in drive and it's in neutral?
No. We put it in reverse, nothing happens. You put it in park and it sits there.
That's what it's supposed to do in park. Sit there.
That you know what?
She's
it all depends on how they set up the linkage. It sounds like if it's a cabled linkage and not all steel mechanical, or if it's steel mechanical and it walked out because there's threaded locations in the linkage.
Yep.
It's like your linkage has been stretched.
Yep.
It's out of sync.
I'm hoping, I'm praying it's a linkage.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome because you can replace that linkage a lot easier than a tranny. Yeah. Yep.
She's confused. She thinks when she's supposed to be sitting there, she's supposed to be getting it on. Well, that ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a Ford 1964 Ford van, tiny little bugger too. It was one of them little short ones, and it had a 3 on the tree, and the linkage was so bad in that you get it into first gear with no problem. You take off, and to put it into second gear, first gear is pulled up towards you and down. That's first gear. You take off, second gear is up halfway, it drops and goes into second. And then third gear is just straight down, right? Well, that van, once you had it in first gear and you take off, in order to get it in second gear, you had to shift it. You could feel it come out of first gear. but you could not get it into second unless you dropped it down and counterclockwise. You had to turn it twice, and then it would go up into second gear. If you didn't do that twice with it and then slide it up in there, it's never going in.
Oh God.
And then to get down to third gear, you had to pull it out of second, pull it up, and act like you're putting it in reverse. And as soon as you feel it, before it starts grinding, because you're going to hit that reverse gear, once you feel that, then you can drop it back down and pull it into third. I had some goofball try to steal my van. He's running through town in first gear. He couldn't get it out of first gear for nothing. Yep. Cops pulled him over and, what the hell are you doing? This damn van won't shift. Well, that ain't your van. What are you doing with it? Yeah. Anti-theft device.
Yeah.
Everybody kept telling me, why don't you fix the linkage in that? I said, nobody will ever steal that sucker. I can run down the street, catch them. I said, yeah, you try to steal my van, you ain't getting far. Yeah. I liked it that way.
Nice looking sweatshirt you got on there, Granny.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's been keeping me warm today. I've been doing grease monkey stuff in it. But it's dark, you can tell.
That's not your formal hoodie. That's your grease monkey hoodie.
That's my hoodie.
How do you think you got a black one? Yeah.
That's my I can do everything hoodie.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get on with the Sty story because it's this is really off the cuff, guys. You know, there's no practice in here. This is just off the cuff. We'll do it that way. Okay, Franken Munk. I call it Franken Munk for a good reason. This little chipmunk out at camp is a little monster. That's all he was a little monster. I think chipmunks are cute. Whenever I go out to camp, I always got something to throw them for snacks, you know, peanuts or something, you know, because I think they're cute. They're kind of fun to have around camp. Not this one. This little nasty. I'm going to try not to cuss through this because, boy, was I cussing in camp. First day there, I finally get camp settled. I did a video saying I'm settled in camp. After that video, I'm just sitting out there, kicked back, relaxing, looking, going, well, this is cool. I could spend the rest of the evening just relaxing. And sure enough, here comes a monk, right? He comes hopping out of the woods and he's snooping around camp. And I got this Ziploc bag full of pretzels, my favorite Dot Southwestern pretzels. I love them. And I'm snacking on those. I'm watching this monk, and I thought, what the heck? So I took one, and I broke it in about 4 pieces and threw them to him. Oh, he grabbed all 4 pieces, and off he took off in the woods. I usually don't throw to the monks anything covered in salt or seasoning or anything. It's really not good for them, you know. I think whatever that seasoning was triggered something in that monk. Because he came back, and he's nosing around, and like a dummy, I gave him another one. And he ran off with it, and then he disappeared. And I thought, oh, I hope he didn't get sick on those, right? Didn't see him the rest of the evening. The next day, what I had done was that evening, I was so happy to be out there. I wasn't thinking about having my camp in order before I called it a night. So I went to my trailer and called it a night, and I left that bag of pretzels in my screen house on the table. It was zip shut, but it's on the table. The next morning, I get up. I went for my little morning hike, and I get back, and I do a good morning video, a little 2-minute good morning video. And right after that video, I hear this rustling sound. And I thought, what the hell is that? And I turn and I look, going right through my camp, coming from that screen house, is this chipmunk. Now, chipmunks ain't that big. And he's got this big ass Ziploc bag full of pretzels in his mouth, and he's got to push himself backwards to be able to pull it. He can't carry it. It's 3 times heavier than him. And he's dragging my pretzels through the campsite right in front of me. I mean, he's no more than 10 feet in front of me. I yell at him, and he's trying to go faster. You know, I'm yelling at him, and he's trying to get out of there quicker with that bag of pretzels. I jump up with my hiking stick and chase after him. Hey, get out of there. Get away from my damn pretzel. He dropped the bag, and he reared up on his hind end. And his feet right there in front of him. And he's looking at me like, F yourself. These are my pretzels, you know. And I go, you brave little bastard. You ain't got no business stealing people's food like that. He screeches at me, and then he just calmly hops off. I thought, you little monster, right? Okay, now I didn't think he was a Franken Munk yet. So I retrieved my pretzels, and I looked, and he hadn't chewed any holes in the bag, so I thought, that's cool. And I'm sitting there. I even snacked on a couple, and all of a sudden, I hear clank, 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 clank. And all of a sudden, I hear a bunch of stuff hitting the ground. It's coming from the screen house. I jump out of my camp chair and run in there with my hiking stick, thinking, oh my God, I got a raccoon or something in there. I run in there. It's that same monk. But now he's knocking all the shit off my tables, and he's just raising hell in my screen house, knocking crap off. I mean, not food items either. Coffee cups, silverware, anything he could. He's just knocking it all off, right? Oh, that pissed me off. I run in there, and I'm yelling at him, get out of there! And he jumps off the table, and I've got the bag for my Coleman stove leaning against the back of the screen house. He runs behind that. I thought, I got you now. And I got my stick ready to stab you, you know. And I pulled that bag out. He rears right up on his haunches again and looks at me like, hey, yeah, you ain't winning today. And he screeches at me again, and he takes off. And I'm trying to hit him with that stick. I'm chasing him around my screen house. Well, the front door of the screen house wide open. He can run right out the front door. He gets to the front door. Does he run out? No, he runs past that open front door. And I chased him 3 times around the inside of my screen house. And he's having a blast. He's just screeching at me and running in a circle. Had me running and stabbing behind stuff. And yeah, he was having a hell of a good time. Finally, he runs out the front door, and he gets to the center of my little campsite, turns around, rears back up, looks at me, and just stares at me like, wasn't that fun? So I threw my stick at him. He let out a screech, and he just calmly hops back off into the woods. I thought, nah, that little, now I'm saying, yeah, he's a monster. He's a pure monster. So I nicknamed him Franken Munk. Yeah, the destination Great Lakes, round and around he goes. Where Sty stops, nobody knows. But Franken Munk, yeah. So I nicknamed him Franken Munk. Every time he'd come through camp, Franken Munk, get the hell out of here. Okay. That was the second day. The third day, I got distracted, and I left the door of my trailer open. And I was just kind of cleaning up in my screen house, getting ready to make a nice meal. And I thought, oh, I need something out of the trailer. And I went back to the trailer. I get to my doorway. I'm just stepping up in the trailer, and I look, and that little frickin' Franken Munk is on my bunk. And he's sitting up like that, right up. I mean, that bugger had a habit of just sitting up all the time. He didn't stay down. He'd sit up, and he's staring at me. And I go, get the hell out of my trailer. And he's sitting there. He's not running. And he starts screeching at me. And I thought, I'm going to kill you. And he jumps off my bunk onto the floor, runs right between my legs out the door. And what's he do? He gets about 8-10 feet away from me, stops, turns around, rears back up, and just looks at me like, yeah, caught me in your trailer, didn't you? Yeah, right. And he screeches and nonchalantly hops back off into the woods. I never started this stuff. He did. I was nice to him day one. I was nice to him. So that evening, I thought maybe I can make amends. So I started feeding him little chunks of pretzels again. And he's behaving himself. He's about 6-8 feet in front of me, and I'm throwing him pretzels, and he's filling his cheeks up. Then he'd hop off in the woods for a while, and he'd come back, and he's behaving. And then I said, that's enough. You've had enough. You ain't getting any more. Arrogant little crap. He looks at me, rears back up, screeches at me, and then hops off in the woods. He made it clear he's pissed off. Well, that night, I had my camp kitchen out in the screen house all cleaned. I always wash everything, put everything away, make sure that critters can't get into anything. And one thing I forgot. My Coleman stove, every night I pull the sides in and I close the cover so it's completely closed, so nothing can get on the cooking surface or anything, right? Well, I forgot to close the Coleman stove. Forgive my language, but the next morning I get up and I head right to the screen house, get my morning coffee going, and I'm digging through the container I keep my coffee pot in, and I get the coffee pot out and I walk over to the stove, gonna set it on the stove, and I look. My whole stovetop around the burners, all over the whole stove, it was covered with chipmunk shit. He shit my Coleman stove all night because there wasn't a single chipmunk turd anywhere on any of the tables, on any of the coolers, anything in that screen house. Not one chipmunk turd. That stove was full of them. I swear to God, there was 40 to 50 chipmunk craps in my stove. So I had to start my morning with washing chipmunk shit out of my stove so I could have coffee. It took me almost a half hour to get that stove where I wanted to cook my coffee on it. I finally get my coffee done, and I got my cup. I'm going to walk out, do a video saying good morning on such a date. And as I come out of the screen house with my cup of coffee, Franken Munk sitting right there out front of the screen house, reared up, just waiting for me, screeches like a banshee. And this time he hops to the woods, just gets on the edge of the woods, turns back around, rears back up. It's kept screeching for about 2 minutes. Just screeching at me. And then he goes hopping off in the woods. Then I have John and Jan, Adventures in the Heartland, show up. Now, the monk hadn't given me much grief the day before they showed up. So I thought maybe he got over it, you know. They get their camp set up, and we're over there, and we're talking one evening there. And here come the monks. And you could tell Franken Munk, he was a big, fat bugger compared to the other monks in the campground. And it's because he's so rotten. People feed him to try to make friends with him, I think, and then he just gets fat, you know. The other monks, he's fighting with the other monks and stuff. But they all show up over at John and Jan's feeding them peanuts. That frickin' Franken Munk never screeched once. He didn't come up near me, but he'd go right up by Jan while she's throwing them peanuts, feeding them peanuts. And he was so well behaved. He was the one monk that didn't cause any trouble. I wanted to kill that monk so damn bad. What a lousy little faker. What a lousy little faker in front of John and Jan. I mean, I told him, don't trust him. Do not trust him. That monk right there, that's Franken Munk. He will ruin your day if he gets half a chance. That's all he's here for, is to ruin your day. So there you go. Franken Munk. Black Lake, Wisconsin. If you ever go to Black Lake Campground, beware of the Franken Munk. I mean, yeah, he's terrorizing that campground. He is. Spicy putting up there the monk shit. Yeah. Okay. Now here's the tail end, the rest of the story. Now Samantha and Ann thought this was pretty damn funny. You know, I solo camp all the time. I rarely have somebody else in my campsite, right? But I never feel alone. I might miss my dear friends here, but yeah, and that's what I'm doing right now. I miss my YouTube friends dearly, but I never feel alone because to me, everything in the world, it doesn't matter if it's alive or it's an inanimate object, it doesn't matter. Everything you can have a conversation with. And sometimes I can even have a conversation with myself without getting in an argument. That's not common. It happens. So sometimes I can get along with myself pretty good. But my GoPro, I tell you what, I am so pissed at GoPro. I am so pissed at them. I think they should send me a free GoPro because of the grief that GoPro gave me during this camp. And that started right from the get-go. I get my GoPro set up, and anybody that knows GoPros, once you turn it on for the first time, let's say you put a fresh battery in, turn it on, you can have it set up for voice commands. You can say, GoPro, turn on, it'll turn on. You can say, GoPro, start recording, it'll start recording. Tell it to stop recording, it'll stop. You can say, take a photo, it'll take a photo. You can tell it, there's all kinds of commands, right? Every single command requires you to say GoPro first. You say GoPro, start recording. Because if you say start recording, it just sits there, don't do nothing. It has to hear GoPro, start doing whatever you want it to. Not mine. Not mine. My GoPro, I can yell at it. Start recording. GoPro, start recording. It'll shut itself off. Beep, 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 beep. I'll yell at it. GoPro, take a photo. Beep. It's recording. I didn't want to record. I wanted a photo. It just doesn't like to do what I tell it to. Well, now it's gotten to the point out at camp. It got to the point where it decides when it's going to do what it wants to do. It'll hear me talking in a conversation and turn its ass on and start recording in the pouch of my hoodie. It don't care that nobody mentioned GoPro. Nobody said anything about start anything. Oh no, the GoPro. It wants to record. You wouldn't believe all of the record time I've got in the pouch of my hoodie. You can hear the conversation I'm having with somebody and everything, and you can see the sunlight hitting that pouch once in a while. And my GoPro's in there recording shit without my permission, right? Well, I had a video I wanted to get done, and I got it set up on a tripod. And I'm sitting there all set, ready to go, and I go, GoPro, start recording. Doesn't do anything. Just 3 minutes earlier, I tested it. Said GoPro, turn on, GoPro, start recording. It was working fine. Now that I want to actually record, it's not going to turn on. I'm going, GoPro, start recording. I'm getting loud at it now. Then finally, I'm almost yelling, GoPro, damn it, start recording. And it ain't doing it. I go, GoPro, turn on. Beep, beep, turns on. I was like, okay, you're on. GoPro, start recording. Beep, 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 shuts itself off. Oh, now I'm pissed, right? So I stand up and I'm pointing at my own camera and I go, you little bastard, you keep doing that crap to me. I tell you what, I'm going to haul your ass right down across the road there, down to the dumpsters, throw your rotten ass in the dumpster. I'm sick and tired of you not listening to me. And I said, you're worthless. You're worthless. I'm going to send you back. I am. Now, GoPro, start recording. And it didn't. And I go, oh, you're pissing me off. I'm going to smash you. And then out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a little movement, and I turned and looked. Right down the entrance into my campsite, there's the road through the campground. There's this couple, these two folks that are hiking around the campground. And they're standing at the end of the entrance to my campsite looking at me. And both of them have their mouths hanging open. I could tell by the look on their face, they heard the whole conversation. There's a crazy old bastard in site number 26 screaming and hollering. He's in a big argument with his camera. He's nuts. I bet you those folks went, packed up, and moved all the way to the other end of the campground. I looked at them and I just like, oh, shit. I waved at them. Hi. Then they, one quick little, they turned and started walking. Time to get the hell out of here. That crazy old bastard's arguing with his camera. Well, and it had to look pretty funny because I had it on the tripod, and when I'm standing, it was at eye level. So it's just like talking to a person. And I'm sticking my finger in the GoPro's nose and yeah, just chewing it up, a whole new one, and with an audience. So when I'm out at camp, you guys don't have to worry about me being lonely because I'm never alone. There's always something out at camp I can argue with, you know, and there's always something out at camp that's going to insist on making my day a little different than I had planned, especially like Franken Munk. Franken Munk, I mean, for about 5 days in a row, would not give me a break. Anytime I was in camp, he was right there to make damn sure I knew he was present. So there you go. There's your current event kind of Sty story for the night. Yep. The wildlife.
Oh,
Let someone up.
that was the dryer.
I thought someone was buzzing to get in.
Nope.
No.
Like an apartment. Yeah, I would be worried if I heard some old coot on the other side of the campground yelling at his GoPro. I probably wouldn't sleep really well at night.
Well, and the thing is I never said GoPro or anything. So if you were from a distance, you'd think it was a domestic, and that my partner wasn't responding. That I was the only one doing the yelling, you know. You looking at me like that for?
Your domestic partner?
Yeah, my GoPro. I just love my GoPro.
Damn. National Pepperoni Pizza Day. I missed it.
Oh yeah, yeah, with the Franken Munk. Boy, you almost have to remind me, and that because there was a couple. Oh, he did climb the damn. He climbed the damn tripod one time. Yeah.
Adventures in the Heartland saying, did you see Jan's comment? Everybody was laughing at when your GoPro was in its pocket. When you're in your pocket, it could detect BS, and it would automatically turn itself on.
Oh, Jesus.
You got a special GoPro there, Sty. I'm surprised it ever goes off.
Phil, that I don't get to do this often.
I didn't say it. Jan did. I'm just repeating what Jan put in the chat. Hey.
Well, you couldn't leave me with the benefit of not seeing that, right? Yeah, you had to make sure.
Yep. I'm just that kind of guy, Sty.
Oh, yeah, trying to record the Franken Munk. That. Yeah, Anne laughed her ass off at that. But that was another reason that Franken Munk pissed me off so much. See, the day I got out at camp, that evening, I had a little bit of footage. I thought I'll download it to my laptop. Went to download it to my laptop, forgot that the keyboard on my laptop is not functioning. I went through all of my luggage, everything. Keyboard's not there. Then I pictured it. It's here at home, sitting on this sideboard. So I drove all the way back to Ashland to get that keyboard. I got online and I chatted with Ann for a little while before I headed right back to camp. And I told her about the monk. She goes, now, when you get back to camp, you make sure that you have a camera handy and you catch that monk on video. And I said, yeah, I agree with you. I got to do that. So for a couple of days, I had that stinking GoPro set up real close to me, pointed right where that Franken Munk always hangs out, right? Where he's going to come in and he's going to harass me. That Franken Munk comes in there. Now, did he listen to Ann and my conversation? Because I didn't tell the monk nothing. I'm trying to catch him on the camera. So the camera's sitting right there. Here comes the monk, and he's sitting up on his haunches looking at me. And I thought, gotcha. And I go, GoPro, start recording. And it goes, beep, beep. That Franken Munk, just like lightning, zoom, out of camp. Just never. And the camera doesn't even start recording, and he's gone. When you're hearing that beep, it doesn't record for about 2-3 seconds after that you hear that beep. That's when the recording starts. I'm telling you, 25, 30 times that monk would come into camp, and he was messing with me because he knew I was trying to get him on that camera. He'd come in there and he'd look at me and he'd screech at me. I go, GoPro, start recording. And then monk would just stand there and it would go beep, beep, zoom, just like lightning. Zoom, he's out of there. Every time he heard that camera go beep, beep, he's zoom, out of there. Made damn sure he's not going to get caught. So just for the hell of it, I waited and he comes in. I even threw him a piece of pretzel and he picks it up, sticks it in his mouth like, yeah, hey, more. And all I did was go, not the camera, me. I go, beep, beep, zoom, he's gone. All I had to do is say beep, beep, and that little bastard, zoom. That's when I knew that sucker, if I hear any kind of beep, beep, I'm out of here. He's not going to catch me on camera. But oh no, I caught him on camera over at John and Jan's behaving. He runs right up in front of Jan. She had thrown a peanut down for him. He's maybe 2 feet away from her. Then he runs around underneath John's chair and his feet. He was running around by John's feet when John was standing there with his tripod. And I'm just over there trying to not ruin John and Jan's day by cussing and you little monk. I didn't want to slaughter a monk in front of Jan, All of a sudden, Sty jumps off of his chair and grabs a monk and rips him apart, yeah. No, he's a little furry terrorist. That's what he was. Hey, thanks, Texas Hotspot. Yeah, that road trip one I had just put up. Mind you, I had hiked for 4.5 hours through some of the roughest crap. It was nasty hiking. It was really rough hiking. That's a long video. I'm cutting a lot of it. Just try to get it down to an hour or less and do a premiere so that everybody can be in the chat and talk while you'll see most of that rugged hike. But 4.5 hours hiking, got in the truck, and on the way back to camp where I should be going home, make dinner, take the rest of the day and kick back. No, saw that wagon trail going through the woods and said, gotta see where it goes. It's there, gotta see where it goes.
You kept going deeper and deeper, and you just kept worrying about the fact that you didn't want to have to back all the way out for 30 minutes.
that's what really got me nervous is finally when that road wide had a Y in it, at that point I looked down and I go, oh, that ain't good, 1.8 miles. That's a lot of backup.
Yeah,
Because
well,
if it would have dead ended, I would have had to have backed out 1.8 miles in that crap. But I've done it before. I've gone where no truck should have ever gone before and then said, oh no, I got to back out. It'd take me a half hour, 45 minutes to back out. And there were spots that was so narrow, I'd have to have I got the power mirrors. I could have folded my mirrors in because backing out, you can easily rip a mirror off doing that. But that was a good ride. The grouse on that trail too.
I saw the arrow and the grouse going across the screen.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, there's a great big white arrow in the middle of the road. How did that get there?
Yeah, I tell you, it's pretty cool. Well, it must be because of the grouse crossing.
Grouse crossing, so that white arrow follows the grouse so you don't hit it. That's what it is. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotta go, buddy.
Yes,
Love
sweetie.
ya. I'll be back if I can.
Love you, man.
Bye. Yeah, okay, goodbye. But yeah, it was a good 2-week camping trip. I did some different stuff and the boatly backed up where no truck has backed up before. Yeah.
Well, I think I told you about my story with my vehicle when I was in Hawaii, right? We were going around the Waikiki side, going up the one side of the mountain, and we're thinking if you went far enough, there's this little trail along the side of the mountain that you could get over to the North Shore without having to go all the way around. So we kept following this and following it. It kept getting narrower and narrower, and there was mountains here, and then a cliff, and then the rock and the water.
Uh-huh.
We got this little skinny Suzuki Samurai all the way to this point where, we weren't going any further. And as skinny as that thing is, we weren't going any further. So we had to then back it up, and then two of us would get out and shimmy the back end over. We back down a little bit more, and because those tires would get right to the edge of that cliff, and it was like, man, we did, and it was a good 50-foot drop down there. It wouldn't kill anybody, but it sure tear you up, right?
Oh yeah.
We backed that thing probably good quarter of a mile or whatnot, maybe half a mile back up before we could actually all get it and sit in there comfortably. Let me back it the rest of the way down there. But yeah, we did one of those things where we just kept thinking, oh no, it'll get better. It'll get better. No, it never got better.
Never got better.
No, it wasn't going
Shane. It's great to see you, Shane. Phil, these are 2 back road driving incidents that I've already done Sty stories on. They're already in the list somewhere, but you got to look through 180 Sty stories to find them. But one was, I had this Ford LTD, right? 4-door Ford LTD. I can't remember. That's 1976 or something like that. And had the family in the car, the wife and the 4 kids in the back seat. And the wife says, where are we off to? Because I had her pack together a nice picnic lunch for us. I said, we're going to go picnicking. She goes, where? I said, up on Smead's Bench. And she goes, Smead's Bench, looking over the Clark Fork River. I said, yeah, this is in northwestern Montana. I go, yeah. She goes, that's about a 40-mile drive to get up there. I said, no, I said, because you could see Smead's Bench out of the front of our house across the river. I said, now look at Smead's Bench. I said, now here, take my field glasses and look. You can see the line. There's a logging road that runs up this side of Smead's Bench. We don't have to go all the way around it to the south and back up the mountain and all the way up to the top of Smead's Bench. We'll just take that logging road right across the river there, right up there. I said, I'm sure I can find the entrance to that logging road. She goes, that looks pretty steep. I said, it's a road. It can't be too steep, otherwise you can't drive on it, right? It's a road. I suppose. Well, I found out Sty can be wrong. We got 2/3 of the way up the side of this frickin' mountain, looking down at the Clark Fork River way off. I mean, yeah, you're talking about, now it's not a vertical drop. It's, but it's 45-degree or more all the time, all the way down the side of that. And it's a 1/4 of a mile to the bottom. And the tires are right on the edge of that. And we're driving up that thing, that Ford LTD. It's getting steeper and steeper, and I can see the top. The top's only about 1/8 of a mile away. Oh, God, we're going to cut at least 25, 30 miles off our trip. We just got to get to the top of this. All of a sudden, the back tire starts spinning on dry gravel. It's so steep. Kids are plastered in the seat back, and the ex-wife's hanging onto the dash. She looks like death's upon us, And I'm going, oh shit. So I started riding the brake, because the rear end's a differential. So you ride the brake, and it'll act like a posi track, right? So I started riding the brake, and now I got more traction. And we get up about another, I don't know, maybe 100 yards. And then now both tires are spinning. I hit the brakes, right? Stop. There's still some pressure from the transmission, right? I got left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. I let up on the gas, and the damn car, all 4 tires locked up, starts sliding backwards down the mountain, down that gravel road. And I'm like, oh shit. And, you say the dumbest things. Hang on. I yelled on to my family. In a car that's sliding backwards down the face of a mountain, what the hell are you going to hang on to other than your own ass? Yeah. Hang on to your own ass. And it's the dumbest thing, And my kids learned it from my ex-wife. In unison, they all start singing out, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die. Dad's killing us again. We're going to die. Finally, the car stopped. And I told the ex-wife, I said, we can do this. We can do this. Now that I got traction enough that I stopped the car, we could just inch our way down. She goes, not with me in that damn car. She opens her car door and can barely get out without falling outside the mountain. And she yells at the kids, get out the other side of the car. Get out. All 4 of you, get out. And I'm like, hey, you guys abandoned me here. She yells at me through the open window. We're walking down. We'll meet you at the bottom, either the bottom of the road or down at the river, one or the other. She says, but we're not riding in that damn car. And what does she do? She starts marching down that road behind my car.
Oh, God.
I yell out the window. I go, if you're going to try to be safe, don't be stupid about it. Get the hell off the road. I'm coming down. What if I can't stop? Oh, he's trying to kill us again. He's not going to stop for us. So she comes walking back up, gets in front of the car to follow me down. And it was a little hairy. It was a little, because once her and those 4 children out of the car, now the car's that much lighter. I'm sitting there yelling at her out the window. I said, I think you're crazy. You should ride down. And she's going, no, we're not riding down. And all of a sudden I could hear it, the gravel, and the car starts sliding backwards again. There ain't enough weight in it to hold it, give it enough traction. And So it was a pretty fun ride down. Yeah, that was end of the road for us. I guess they can make roads too steep for a Ford LTD. The other time, this buddy of mine, he thought he could go anywhere. He had one of the old Chevy Blazers, the big half-ton jobs. You remember when the Chevy Blazer was a big truck, actually, a big truck?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, he's got to have his all jacked up with big tires on it, the whole 9 yards. And he wants to go up to what we called Ore Creek Pass, which is way the hell up in the back country. It's at about, you're a good 7,000 feet above sea level where that pass was. And he says, we can get up there. We can get up there. I said, yeah, I'll go with you. We get up there, and it's like you were talking, Phil. The road keeps getting narrower and narrower, and you're thinking, we can fit through there. We can, it's good yet. And it's one of those deals where there's nowhere to turn around. It's steep embankment on the driver's side, steep drop off for 800 feet on the passenger side. And I'm on the passenger side looking down that mountain going, this will not be good if we go off this damn thing. This will not be good. All of a sudden, you can hear all this rock falling and shit. And I turn, look, and I go, Bill, what are you doing? He goes, I'm up against the embankment. He said, I'm actually rubbing rock off the side of the mountain here. I go, Jesus, guy. He goes, I don't think I can make it. I said, I agree. I totally agree. I said, but are you going to back this thing all the way down this damn mountain? I said, we got at least a half mile before there's anywhere to get this turned around. And he goes, well, I could do it if you'll help. And I said, how am I supposed to help? He says, get out of the truck, stay right here at the passenger window, walk beside the truck, and tell me if I'm getting too close to the edge. And I told him, okay, I'll do that for you. So I got out of the truck, and I got one hand on the door sill. Well, the door sill is just below my chin. That's how high his truck sat. And I'm walking along the truck. And he's getting kind of close to the edge. So I'm going, Bill, you're too close to the edge, too close to the edge. And I looked in there, and that son of a bitch is looking in his driver's side mirror, staring. And I'm yelling at him, giving him directions. And he's not even paying attention. He couldn't give a shit what I had to say. He's watching his mirror. And so I started going, hey, Bill. Not a word out of him. He's too intent on getting on there looking in his driver's mirror. So I thought, I'll fix your ass. I put my chin right on the windowsill and put my fingers on the door like that. Just like that. And I waited, and I started yelling, Bill! Finally, he turns around and he goes, what the F do you... And he sees me, and I go, you're too close! He panicked and cranked the wheels tight and backed the ass end of that Blazer right up that mountainside. I mean, the front bumper was only about 2 inches from touching the road. And the front bumper was 2 feet off the road when he backed up. He backed right up that damn mountainside. And I'm going, wow, that worked. I go, oh my God, man, we can turn around now.
Oh my God.
And when he finally, it took him about 5 minutes to calm down, and then he creeped down off of that embankment back onto the road. I jumped in the truck, and he goes, I thought you were hanging off the edge of the cliff. I said, well, you wouldn't pay attention to me. I had to get your attention. He goes, you are the biggest asshole I've ever met. I said, yeah, that's why we're best friends, That's, it works out good. And I get in the truck, and he goes, are you buying me a new steering wheel? And I go, what do you mean? And I looked. His steering wheel, the top half of it was bent. It wasn't perfectly round anymore. It was bent towards him. He was pulling on that steering wheel so tight after he got that truck cranked and up that up that hill. He was just sitting there pulling on that steering wheel, and it actually cracked the plastic on the steering wheel and bent the steering wheel. I said, yeah, that's cool. That'll always remind you, pay attention when somebody's trying to help you.
Shit.
Yeah. But that's the way I am with back roads, so I just love the back roads. Just
Now,
love
you
them.
haven't lived till you went on a logging road or a mining road.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You betcha. Yeah. When I had my 46 Willys Jeep, I was notorious for just, God, probably 4 or 5 times I ran out of gas in the backcountry with that thing.
Ooh.
Everybody kept saying, you got to change the color of your Jeep. You know, that Jeep, you get it back to OD green or something, you know. I said, no, I like it fire engine red. They can find me when I stupid
Right.
enough run out of gas way up in the backcountry. They do a flyover. There he is. Yeah.
Yep.
I was lucky each time that somebody finally would come along. Only once did we have to siphon gas out of a guy's truck to get me some gas in the Jeep. Otherwise, they had a gas can with them. But NDT, it's great to see ya.
What's up, Dennis?
Hey, Dennis. There's Dennis.
Dennis sighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Appalachian Mountains. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
I've been in a few of the mountains in the east, southeast, well, West Virginia. I hate driving through West Virginia with a tractor trailer if you got a 50 or 55 foot dry box behind your tractor trailer, guess what? You're going to be rubbing a lot of guardrails.
Sure enough.
Mm.
And I'll tell you what, oh man, them coal haulers, get the
they're
hell out of their way. They drive those West Virginia back roads with these 26-foot shag trailers heaped with coal. And they're doing 45, 50 miles an hour in their hairpin corners. They're just...
Yeah.
And if you see one coming at you, don't go into that corner until he comes out, because he don't give a shit you're there. He'll rub up against you. He don't care. Just get the hell out of the way. And those guys they're packing a pair driving them roads. They're crazy. Sometimes it's so damn foggy and wet. No, those coal trucks are just boom, boom, boom. And you're just like, Jesus, guys, slow down. Yeah. Nope. I gotta get home to my brother. He's got such a pretty mouth. No.
Well, that's what I was thinking about your trail cam in your last video. It was in a trail cam. They weren't taking pictures. They were videotaping you. So if they figured if you had a pretty mouth, they were just like the hills have eyes. They were going to come kidnap you and have their way with make you feel like a pig and everything else.
That's it. They're sitting in a little tar paper shack about a half mile away, watching you on their phone, going, look at that boy. He's got a pretty mouth.
Go get him, boys. Go get him.
You go over, you flatten his tires, and Henry, you catch him. You come out behind him, and you just push him to the end of the trail. I'll be waiting for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go round him up. You got to be careful with some of that shit. But that's one thing people didn't notice in most of my videos either. I was wearing my sidearm.
You did say that. You did.
Yeah. It's not for the four-legged critters.
Yeah, you had 2 knives and a sidearm. I was like, all right, well, he'll be okay.
Well, and it's nice. A lot of people don't realize I'm wearing a sidearm when it's this. You know, that is a holster. And you wear that on your hip, and it just looks like a hiker's pouch, you know. So if you want to get pretty mouthed with me, Crazy Ann. I love these stories. I love you, girl. Yeah, Crazy Ann. She's so special. She's so special. Thank you, sweetie. And you shouldn't be doing that. I would have rather that you took that money and squirreled it away for you moving, finding yourself a place to move to.
Yeah, she don't listen to us.
She don't listen to us. She don't. No. And I know better than to argue with her.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I haven't won one yet. I try once in a while to win an argument with her, but no. She's, yeah. Yeah, we love her too much, too, to ever let her hurt our feelings. The problem is she's too damn truthful, you know. Sweetie.
You listen no times.
Yeah. Hey, Newman Outdoors, good to see ya. Around here, they are either running shine, growing ginseng, or pot. You won't be coming back from those weird unmarked roads. Oh yeah, I would. You should have seen some of the shit we run into in Montana. I ran into, and they were in 20-acre little plots. Me and a buddy of mine, we ran right smack in the middle of them. 15 of them. 15 20-acre plots of weed growing out there.
Wow.
And what I didn't like is I get a knock on we lived in a trailer house at the time, in a mobile home. Get a knock on the door, and I go and answer the door, and there's two guys standing there, and this fella in a suit flips out his ID. I'm going, oh, I don't like the A, the T, or the F on that. Yeah. Want to know what we were doing up there. I said, we just looked up and then turned right around and we
Probably ATF shit.
Uh-huh. They were monitoring, they were watching. They had photos. They showed us the damn photos. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they were able to get the back of my truck, and you could legibly read the license plate, and it was taken from a low-flying reconnaissance airplane. The photo was taken from a damn airplane, and they could read my license plate. Free. Well, that's an advantage of mine too. Is I have, I got a lot of actual. Hey, Swampy Acres, good to see you. I've had, I got a lot of friends that are what you would call hicks or rednecks or however you want to stereotype. But I've run into a few that they got no time or business for nobody that ain't at least within second or third cousins reach, Otherwise, nobody else in the world they got time for. And I've come across them. I've had to knock on some of their doors. And thank God, just my look, they'll just go, well, what you doing in this part of the woods? It's just like, you're a newcomer. What you doing out in this part of the woods? It scares me sometimes because it's like, hey, you want to spend the night? It's like, no. Yeah, please don't read my book by the cover when we're way the hell out in the sticks like this. No. I am not. Yeah, I am not your mama's sister's brother's cousin. No. Everybody seems to be doing good tonight, Swampy Acres. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Dennis, I did send you the link in case you want it up. And if you didn't, now you do. It's easy to get up here, Dennis, isn't it? Hanging in there, eh, Swampy Acres? Yeah. That's about all any of us can do anymore. I just like, yeah. Sometimes you feel like you're hanging in there so much and for so long that you want to start measuring your arms to see if they're stretching out.
Ain't that
You know you've been just hanging in there when you can scratch your ankles without bending over. Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta do something here. Oh yeah, shit. Yeah,
Do it.
and here
Do
we're
it.
talking about hillbillies and this old gal doing the jig in the street drives me crazy.
You're done, Granny.
after I've had my Corona.
Apparently.
But I gotta run this. I gotta run this for all my sweet members out there. Hey, I do have memberships on the channel. Anybody that would like to become a member, please do. Check out, hit that join button. You can take a look at what the perks are, and we'd love to have you in our membership group. Here we go. Here's all my sweet members. Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wonderful folk. Wonderful folk. Sometimes my body feels like I have been dancing like that. I did have one morning out at camp. I woke up, my damn head kind of stuck to my left shoulder. Damn, I got a bum nerve in my neck, and I never know what it'll do. And a lot of times it's just limp head, you know. And I'm walking around camp thinking, "Oh God, this has got to go away before I can let anybody see me." You know, it's like, yeah, shit. And I always think back. I always go, "What did I do in the past that caused that?" I get the dirtiest looks from these younger people when they go, "Oh yeah, I can do this and that, and I went and did this and that." And I told them, "I did that shit too. Look at me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Slow it down. Take it a little easy. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Just don't do it hard like that. Oh no, and think before you do on some things, because yeah, you get to this stage, hell, it's just like that. I did that cut. I don't have it available on this because Sty Story Sundays is a different branded thing on StreamYard. I don't have the cut of me falling on my face, but yeah, I'm walking through the woods just perfectly happy. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. And next thing I know, I'm hitting the ground. When I was younger, oh hell no, I'm running through the woods, jumping over that crap, and then when I'd fall, I'd hit my face on a log or wrap my back around a pine tree, and I'd just go, "Oh, that hurt! Oh, that hurt!" Yeah, 30, 40 years later, you're going, oh my God, why did I do that to myself? Look at me now. Yep. Hey, Bradley, good to see ya.
Hey,
Hey,
Brad.
Bradley.
The has planned for his meals. Yeah, Texas Hotspot wants to see my meals. I think I'm getting them all together. One I got to do is an actual standalone video. No, two of them I have to do as standalone videos because the one is with friends, Destination Great Lakes. I have chili in their camp one night, so I got to do a video of that. Do the
Stray dog. Stray dog.
Hey, he could have told me that chili had Franken Munk in it, and I would have loved it that much
You
more.
love it that much more, huh?
You're damn right. Damn right. The and then the other one, I make some awesome stuffed peppers out at camp in a Dutch oven. That one I'm doing as a standalone video, but I'm doing a video where it's just got little tiny, the maybe 5-10 second long video clips or still shots of just what I ate. Some of the things I ate during the week. I didn't take pictures of everything. Hey, Roman, good to see you, buddy.
Hey,
What's
Roman.
happening, Roman?
Happy Sunday. Yeah.
Did you give it to her good, Roman? When he left last night, I was like, geez, oh, Pete, holy mackerel. It's like, dude.
Yeah, that comment was like, yeah, that's, ooh.
He probably went inside, hit the pillow, and he was out.
Yeah, no kidding. And he dreamt about what he was talking about. Hey, Swampy Acres, there's not any particular topic. I always start my Sty Story Sunday streams off with a story, and then from that point on, we just talk about all different types of topics. And, we try to keep the topics reasonable. We don't go down the big political trail or the religious trail there's a lot of trails we can take other than those. So but I got to put a plug in, folks. Hey, you want to watch a neat little startup channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the title of it, Phil? Everything Spicy News?
News.
Yeah, Everything Spicy News.
I basically got a channel where I rant and rave or about, what I've talked about. I've put stuff on there. I share stuff on there, and I figured, if I have a place to do it, that's not on my channel or on Sty's, then I have a place where I can, talk about what I want to talk without possibly alienating any of my spicy friends or any of my friends from my channel based off of their political preference. I think everybody knows what my political preference is, and hey, I love everybody just the same, no matter what their political preference is. So,
see, and that's it. That's me. I have my political choices. I choose to take a specific position in my life. How I see things, how I feel about things, and that. But for me, my political stance, I won't back down from it, but I won't give up a friend over it either, just because they think differently. No way in hell. I don't pick my friends just because of their politics or just because of their religion or just because of their color or just, I pick my friends because of who they are, the real them. If they're being real with me, it's so much easier to be a friend of theirs. Just be real with me, and don't get upset, all the time about everything. And and have an open mind. That's
Bradley, yes.
Yeah, and I like your second channel, Phil. I wish you had more going on it. Yeah,
Wish I had more time to spend there, you know.
that's it. And I thought you were being bold even starting it because you got so much on your platter to start with.
Yep.
You're just busy.
Yeah, I mean, I put I got what, 3 videos, 3 videos, and then a live or 2 that I was, connected into. So again, I'll get some more stuff on there. It's just, when something strikes me, see, I'm not putting just everything on there. If it was my only channel, I could do a daily thing on there every single day because I watch enough other stuff where I could put a daily thing on there every day. When something really strikes me, I put it on there. And if there's one topic I want to, if I'm going to do it on there, I want to make sure I'm backing it up with video because video to me is the telltale. People could tell you. I think there's a lot of people that a lot of this stuff that they riot about, they loot about, and they get into mischief about, they've heard something. They haven't seen something. They don't know the facts.
Right.
And that's what I try to be about, is more about facts and video evidence as opposed to just blabbing and telling people what my opinion is. And they're supposed to, change their opinion or think something differently because of my opinion. My opinion means nothing,
I had someone the other day told me, they were talking about the protests and the rioting and violence and all that. And I told them, I said, I said, our nation has no room for that, for the violent side of this. There's no room for that. There's absolutely no room for the damages and the violence and hurting other people. There's no room for it. And they said, but the majority is peaceful. I said, I'm not talking about the majority. I'm talking about the violence part. I said, just stop and think about the violence part of it. Yeah, but that's not, it's such a small part of, I said, if you're the victim of that small part of it, I'll tell you what, it's everything to you. It's everything. You could care less if there was 10 million peaceful people and there was 10 violent people that turned you into a victim. You don't give a shit about the 10 million anymore. All you can think about is you were victimized by some other people. And that's the way I see it, is none of it needs to be violent. And none of it needs to be disrespectful and nasty. None of it needs to be there. And if anybody in any party or political line or belief thinks otherwise, it's going to be tough being friends with a person like that, because to them it's okay to be mean and nasty to somebody. No, I tell you what, and I was raised, you reap what you sow. I mean, be careful. Be careful believing it's all right to be cruel to other people, because it could come back to haunt you someday. Yeah. That's why I love my channel. Everybody over here, and we have people of different frames of mind. They see things a little different here and there, but we don't see people hating on each other over here. I love it. That that's what makes this an important place, is that we can all come here and feel at ease and safe with each other. That's very important. And I like what Roman was saying is about lying. That's me. I cannot stand being lied to. Now, if you omit something because you didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings and you just omitted, everybody goes, oh, that's quasi lying. You still lied because you lied by not saying something. Well, you got to look at intent also. If they verbally lie, now they've carved it in stone. They literally lied to you. If they just said, hey, I'm not going there, I'm just not going to go there, because it'll hurt somebody for me to get involved with a comment. Then all you're doing is being protective of folks around you. Yeah. Yeah, adventures in the Heartland. I saw it on Facebook, so it must be true. Yeah,
Right.
I love that. That's isn't that so true?
What's what we all have to be careful about is, when we see stuff on YouTube, we see stuff on Facebook. We all know. If you don't know, you'll soon find out. All these things are done through algorithms, right? If you're watching stuff on the right, if you're not watching pro Donald Trump stuff, you're gonna see protests and burning and looting and everything else. If you're pro Biden, you're gonna see peaceful protesters out there, love, and it's a summer of love was one of the quotes that they talked about. You're going to see nothing but peaceful protesters and people behaving themselves and doing it in a respectful way. So, you got to be, and you get brainwashed both ways. You get brainwashed that all that's going on with the protest is looting and burning, and that's not all that. There's enough of it there where
right.
But yeah, I mean there are places out there where there's peaceful protesting going on more so than non-peaceful protesting. But you see the stupid stuff that people get on video camera of people doing some of the stupid stuff, and we think that's all that's going on out there. I don't think any of it should be going on. I think there's been enough protesting where everybody needs to go home.
Well, and that's
they need to put their stuff away and just be done with this.
Yeah, like Roman saying, intent is certainly a consideration. I just hate bias in any form. Be informed exactly in what Phil's saying, and I totally agree with Phil on this, and I've tried to explain it to folks too. You get somebody that's extreme right, they're not going to watch anything except extreme right news outlet. That's all they're going to see. All they're going to see is the bad attached to the left, to the extreme left. If you watch real liberal news outlet, now you're going to see nothing but the peaceful stuff, and anytime they can attach the extreme left to the peaceful stuff, they're on both extremes. Watch it all, both sides. Watch what both of them are doing chronologically. In other words, take this event and watch both sides on that particular event. Marry those two together, now you've got a little better truth there, Yeah.
Roman, when do you ever leave Pornhub other than when you come here?
I go to Pornhub. For extreme. I was thinking Pornhub was kind of mild for Roman. He'd sit there and get bored.
It is mild for Roman.
Roman knows where to go to enjoy himself. Nothing controversial over there. Yeah. That's Sty falling on his face. He'll get thousands of views. Yeah, don't I wish? I should probably put together do a blooper redo or something and get that in there. Probably as the front end and back end of that, and throw some of my other old bloopers in with it or something. But I do have to do one that's got that fall down, and then when I fell down out at Willard Falls, I got my ass chewed off for a month from Crazy Ann. Crazy Ann, you stupid old fool! You go out there and break your neck, gonna kill yourself. You stop it. You stay out of there. I couldn't say I'm going down to the corner store without her saying, "You be careful. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna break your neck." Oh, she got mad at me. Yeah. That was I tell you what, thank God I take beta blockers to keep my heart rate down. Because when I slid down that embankment, knowing what was at the end of that embankment, and also knowing there's only one pine tree between me and a 60-foot drop to a rocky river bottom right below a waterfall, hitting that tree, it was just like, oh, Mother Nature loves me. Oh, thank God. Oh, shit. And I swear to God, I had it already in my mind. If there was no tree, it was going to be die, and it was going to be all the way to the bottom, talking to the camera. This is the last one, folks. You all have a nice day. Hope they can fish that bugger out of the river and get the SD card out of it. That'd be my viral video. Play it at my funeral. Mystic Bunny says I fell on my face over a curb while watching the fireflies in the Smoky Mountains. That's the thing too, is certain things will distract you and you're not looking at what's in front of your feet.
And Sty saying don't threaten him with a good time. You need a good ass whooping. Yeah, don't threaten him with a good time.
Yeah, she's been threatening to whoop my ass for a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, Sty's mom. That's it. Boy, she can
Yes,
be a
Mom.
mean mom sometimes too.
She is.
Before I even let her see me fall down on this last trip, I totally explained to her it was, it wasn't a bad
Twig.
fall, and I tucked and rolled, and it was soft ground, and she's just scowling at me like, yeah, we'll see.
Twig in a shoelace. I'm still not buying the old twig in the shoelace.
It was. It was
That's
just
fine.
a little
Yeah, I
frickin'
get it.
branch. It was just a little branch.
Yeah.
Oh, get them hiking boots in
Okay.
it.
You know,
I'm
I
pretty
believe
sure
you.
that shoelace is scarred up
Did your GoPro just come on, Sty?
right now.
Yeah, did it just come on?
Oh, you stop it. Damn. The shit I put up with. Fucking flying monkeys.
No.
No.
What's up, Nick Jones?
Hell, if anybody can dance with a midget in a fur coat, he can go hiking and fall down and not get hurt. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I try not to do things that upset Annie. Hey, MJ. Good to see you. Unwrap a smile. Hey, folks, I'm just going to put this word out. I don't know if this individual's watching or not, but hey, I appreciate it. I love every one of you. I love it when you voice your concerns for me in that. But please, I have smoked for 51 years now. It's a habit that I enjoy. It's my last really bad vice other than being friends with Phil. I understand if you feel I should quit smoking, but so everybody can relax. You can tell me to quit smoking all day long, every day. You can call me stupid, which someone did. Somebody decided to do that in a comment to basically call me a stupid moron because of the cigarette in my hand. And I tell you what, if you want to hurt my feelings to get me to quit smoking, that's what I got for you. Because you're not going to hurt my feelings, but you might piss me off because it's my life. And like I said, 51 years I've been smoking. And if this kills me, good.
So be it.
Because I deserve it. Oh, Roman, you goofball. Oh, geez, I got to get that's it. Roman.
I tell you
See,
what,
and that's
if I
it.
didn't
That's
smoke,
it.
I'd probably kill
You'll
somebody.
never see me ask Roman to give up Budweiser either. You know,
That's right.
yeah, you ain't gonna see me get on there to say, Roman, your
Roman.
video is really nice, but you're a stupid effing moron because you got a Budweiser in your hand. You'll never hear that shit coming out of me because Roman makes Roman's choices and Sty makes his choices, and
Yeah.
and I you know I don't mean to sound like I'm venting and the
No,
oh yeah, Nikki, I just gotta.
it's just aggravating.
I know Ann's out there. Ann can probably send Nick a link quicker than I can. I'm so bad at this over on Messenger, finding my friends.
Don't touch my Budweiser.
Don't touch my Budweiser. Watch it, bud. There he is.
My cigarettes, I got a really nice sharp machete. I can take care of that problem with.
Yeah, I don't, you know. And it's like I said, I don't fault people that are concerned for others and their health. I don't fault people for that at all. But I hate that. I hate that in the world of vices. You know, when people have vices, when people think that it's best to shame somebody out of a vice. You shouldn't shame somebody for any damn reason, and that's why I brought it up. I'm sorry, I don't like being shamed for something that in my life, you know, and especially when you don't understand this role. What cigarette? Well, they're not cigarettes; they're cigars. What role they play in my life?
That's right.
Um,
Keeps everybody alive.
mhm. And I always try to respect the non-smokers. If I have a non-smoker anywhere near me, if I get to the point where, oh God, I really need one, I'll politely ask them, is it all right if I light a smoke? And I'll just try to I'll stay downwind from you, you know, so you're not getting any of it. Or would you mind if I just took a quick 10-minute walk, had a smoke? Because and then they get in my vehicle and they go, "Oh, are you going to smoke?" Well, no, not as long as you're in the vehicle. I'm not unless you say it's okay, because I'm putting myself into your world. You know, I'm dragging you into mine. And if I care about you for crying out loud, why would I smoke with you sitting next to me in the front of the truck? You know, that it's just a respect thing.
Right.
It is so good to see you, Yoran. Yeah, Roman, don't shame me for my browser history. I tell you what, if Roman had, if he was going through and deleting his browser history, shit, that would almost be another full-time job.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, there, John's mentioning it. Yeah, when I was out on the boat, yeah, I went without a smoke and I felt the urge. I really felt I would love to have a smoke. And I'm looking at Jan up front of the boat and John back there tooling along, you know. Well, if I light up, it's going to be blowing right in his face, you know. I'm sitting in the middle. And so there was no way I was going to light up unless I asked their permission. And they said, oh, yeah, out here in the open air, we don't care, you know. And it was sweet of them to do that, to be understanding. Hey, Tim, this is Wheel Life. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Tim?
Good to see you. How are you? How are you, Tim?
Yep, I'm still alive, Tim. For now.
There. Now things get colorful. Look at this guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. How you doing, Nick?
I'm all right. Hey, Phil. Well done on your challenge last night, mate.
Oh, he's gonna say something nice.
Yeah.
You had Phil totally off guard.
And that's the only compliment you're getting off me, fathead. I hope your ass was on fire when you got up this morning.
Oh my dude, I'm still taking care of that problem. There's no problems here. We're still finishing that up. Yeah, that'll probably go until tomorrow. So
Yeah, you're on.
No,
you're
I actually got me mum watching that as well.
got your what?
Me mum was watching it as well.
Your mom?
His mom.
I heard him.
You know, the woman that she squeezed me out of.
Oh, okay.
And then she shoved me back in and asked for a refund.
So your mom watched me. What did she think?
She thought you were a fucking dickhead.
What's that fool doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this place was a mess this morning when I come down here. You know, I came down here with a bucket of soap and water, and I took everything off of this table, and I washed this table down, took care of all my boxes, did the floor, vacuumed the floors, got everything, just went around and made sure there wasn't anything I was going to touch my face and touch my eyes and be burning, or anybody else, because my granddaughter came down here twice yesterday while I was doing that. And of course, she's been down here once today since I've been here. She's here right now, but
I wondered about that too. Your cleanup down there with all those open foil packages and the dust and all those packages, handling them and moving them around.
Yeah.
I thought, oh man, time for those up to the armpit rubber gloves, boy.
yeah. Well, they were in one pile right here to the left of me. So the boxes got pitched over here. The foil wrappers stayed right here. So the foil wrappers went in a plastic bag, and then I took those out of a bag today. I didn't realize I was even going to do this, but I took them out of a bag today to put them back in the boxes. So if anybody wanted one,
Yeah. So, I wonder how many people are going to get those, and then they're going to take that packet out, pop it open, and go.
Okay, stash one's not good, man.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of
hoping you were going to rub your eyes.
Yeah, there was no. Dude, I wasn't going to wipe my fucking nose. I mean, look at my nose. I mean, I was
you in excruciating pain.
I was in about 6 or 7 chips, and all of this was on fire. My nose, where I had already wiped a few times, all of my nose, underneath my eyes, that was already on fire. And of course, I grab a paper towel. You just can't grab a paper towel and just do this without your hands and everything. It was so horrible.
Hey, thanks. Hey, look, squirrel.
So of course I look like a snotty fool during it. So
just so you're aware,
fool anyway.
Just so you're aware, hey, look, squirrel. The story was about a chipmunk, not about a squirrel, not about a chipmunk. I might have it out for chipmunks, but squirrels are cool. They haven't harassed me yet.
We did that. Was it yesterday? We were somewhere and a squirrel walked by. We were in the middle of a conversation. Hey, look, squirrel! Squirrel!
Hey, look, squirrel!
Yep.
My favorite scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation: squirrel. Him sticking his face in that Christmas tree and having a squirrel in there. Yeah. Yeah, if I was a raccoon, I wouldn't want to dig through Phil's trash either. Thank God he's got a flushing toilet, not an outhouse. Oh my God. You'd be looking out there constantly, see if that outhouse is smoking, ready to catch fire.
Yeah, it looked like that sometimes there, Roman. That one got pretty dang long before it broke in half. That was gross. I'm sorry. And the one the chip was, and I watched part of it this morning, and the one the chip was hanging from, I was like, ugh.
Yikes. No, Bradley, that in my latest video where I walked down that road, that old trail, I turned around. It was I got in there about 3/4 of a mile, and I turned around. I'll drive up that road probably next. I'll probably do it next summer because I'll be posting a campground down close to that area, and so I can go try that trail out and finish driving it. Now I did take a hike down an old abandoned Forest Road 281. I'll never forget that damn thing. That road was closed in the 1960s. Well, it's all grown in now. And literally, Mother Nature, after you're in there about a mile and a half, Mother Nature took over the road. You can't tell the roadbed at all. And I'll admit it, I got a little confused for a little while because I kept hiking through that crap trying to find the roadbed again. No, it's gone. Mother Nature ate it up. But you should be paying attention to your bearings when you start free bushwhacking and wandering around in the woods. Yeah. So I got a little confused for a while, but I did find myself a way out. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, Phil, that one booger that was hanging there, I was waiting for that to ignite and just kind of blue flames running up that booger, you know.
It was
Thank
just
God he doesn't have no open flame around them boogers. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. You know, and half the time I didn't know what was going on. So the endorphin dump from all of that stuff, I was just trying to. My biggest thing is every time I would get a wave of a little pain, as I would try to speed up because I knew time wasn't on my side. I knew that the longer this thing went, the more likely that what I had in my stomach was going to be digest. That was my prep. And then all that was going to be in my stomach was going to be those spicy chips. And that was going to be, you know, the stopping point for me. So
Yeah.
luckily we never got there. Matter of fact, we did, you know, I had that if I had I not stood up to get a little dance to Jimmy, I probably would have sat there a little. I was going to get cramps one way or another, you know, all night long. But that was what started it and got me off of, you know, this live stream. Well, what I thought I got me off the live stream. I put Ann in charge apparently when I left the live stream. So I saw that today too when I was rewatching it. It's like, oh, I thought I and all I did was put Ann up on the thing and had you guys on the side. And it's like you didn't end the live stream.
Yep. Yeah.
What's up, Riley? Riles.
Oh yeah, ZX24 me. That trail cam, I didn't get it on because I had my GoPro mounted to the bill of my hat, and I hadn't started running the GoPro yet. I hiked in there and I saw that what it is that those two big stones, and underneath the one stone there's two wooden rounds that are about 4 inches thick each. And what they do is they'll go in there and they'll bait around that stone and they'll rub grease and all kinds of crap on it. And the bears will come in there and they'll lick that stone. They hang around that stone. And I personally, I won't do that. I'd like to use a hollow log or a hollow stump for a bait center. Stones like that, you don't want to be sending a 30-06 round at a big rock like that. I mean, that's pretty dumb. I mean, that round goes through that bear and all of a sudden it's zinging off in the woods somewhere. Yeah.
Come back and get you.
But when I realized I walked in on a bait station, I didn't even notice the camera yet. And I realized that's a bait station. I walk over and I sat on that one big rock that sits on those wooden rounds. I sat on it and I'm sitting there. I turned and there's that trail cam looking right at me and I go. And I started doing this number to make sure that the motion would set it off so I'd take a couple pictures. Then I was going with a big smile on my face. Yeah. So I'm sure when they downloaded their photos, they're just like, look at this old fool out here. What's he doing? I hope he didn't shit on our rock. Yeah. Hey, Riles D's. Good to see ya. Yeah, I'm trying to live the dream. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little late. You know, a lot of people. The camping trip was awesome. A lot of people. It's hard to understand. I guess I never. I did a little bit of fishing, Riles D's, but nothing much. I camped off water this trip. I did go out on the kayak a couple times, but I didn't do any filming. It was colder than shit. 2 weeks. It was the warmest morning I had was 51 degrees, but all the other mornings were, I think the highest was 41. It was between 38 and 42 degrees every morning. It was a cold one, yeah. And I didn't bring neoprene wetsuit with to go out on the kayak. Got it.
Roman.
I wonder if you could rub one out in front of that cam without repercussions. Well, legally, legally, actually, you could just, there's plausible deniability. You can say, I didn't know there's a damn camera up there. But you wouldn't want to run into the boy that hung that camera on the tree later on. Yeah. He might not be happy with you. Or it could be just the opposite. He could be very happy and carrying a banjo. Yeah, yeah. There could be repercussions, I'm sure. Yeah.
Up yours, e-waste, mate, you Grizzly Adams reject.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you know about
his head in the bed?
UK reject?
Much love back at you, brother. Thanks for being here, Mike. It's a shame you weren't up here to have a nice conversation with Nick. Yeah, I'm sure that would have gone real well.
Yeah, and I've got something for you, Mike.
The dark finger.
He's just giving you his IQ. Don't worry about it, Mike.
That's it.
Shut up, Navy boy.
Oh, shut up, David. But you really don't have any good material, do you? You just can't come up with anything original, can you? It's the same.
No, well, it is 5 to 3 in the
coming out of
morning.
your mouth. Once a week, the garbage man should come by and pick up your old garbage so you can come up with some new garbage. But you got the same old garbage. It's just not, it lacks the funniness that, is required. It just does. Sorry. But,
Are you telling him to practice more?
I'm telling him he needs to come up with some new material. It's just, I stopped laughing a long time ago. It's just, baby boy.
Okay, Mike. Hey. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. Take good care of yourself, man.
See you later, Freeman James.
I hope you're suffering, mate, you fat fuck.
Hey, Riles D's, the fish in that lake, they've got muskie, walleye, northern pike, crappies, sunfish, perch, and bullheads. Yeah, it's got a large assortment of fish in that lake. And for some reason, oh boy, folks get them here and there, but it's a tough lake to fish. Yeah. Good night there, Freeman James. Say good night to my sis.
He will.
Oh, Adventures in the Heartland. Stop picking on Nick. LOL, Navy man. Oh shit.
Or boy, Navy boy. Yeah, I got you over there, Joe.
Oh yeah, they do have bass. Sorry, they got largemouth bass, no smallmouth bass in that lake. Roman, how you doing, saucy ass Shane?
Right. If you saw that video that Hey Squirrel did for him, so
Yep.
So last night we did recoup after YouTube took their share. We did recoup what I spent not only for the 34 chips, but for the additional 11 that I bought.
Uh-huh.
And then there's still a little left over. So last night turned out. So what we spent, we basically got back, and then a little all goes back into the channel. It all goes into the same little account that just keeps me buying stuff and doing things for you guys. So I do appreciate everybody that was in there yesterday and donated. Granny, Sty, the rest of you guys that are in the chat. That was awesome last night. Sorry I didn't acknowledge everything when it was going on. It was,
and we were trying our best over there.
You guys were, you guys were doing an awesome job. But that was a crazy night.
No, we were just enjoying ourselves. You inflicting pain on yourself.
Links for who? Yeah. But
no buttermilk.
Oh, I drank my first of 2 cartons I just bought the other day.
Yeah.
Now you got me wanting to go get some. Yeah.
Yep. No, I drank my last bit of buttermilk that was sour buttermilk. Sty missed it. In the middle of last week. I think it was Wednesday last week. So I think I did. I think it was when I did 3 peppers, and then I did the buttermilk.
I heard about it, and then I got to see the screenshot of you with the buttermilk. Yeah.
So
Mystic Money's trying to type bullheads, and she keeps putting bulkheads. Bullheads.
They spelled correct.
Yeah, they're just like a freshwater lake, small catfish, you know. There, she got it. She got it. Took 3 tries, but doggone it.
No buttermilk. No buttermilk. Please.
Yeah, there you go.
Like no anchovies. Is that where you're going? Is that where you're going with that, Roman? Like no anchovies, please.
Yep. That'd be something to tattoo on a person, is a list of the no I won'ts. Yeah. Oh yeah, Riles. I bet they do. Yeah. Hey, you get yourself some small bullhead. Yeah, they make good flathead bait, I'm sure. Would Anne eat anchovies?
What was that? It was AC/DC that had that no anchovies, please, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
It was on their album.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you wonder how your mind remembers stuff like that. Because you had to have the album to remember that. It's not something they play on the radio now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and that's the thing. There's a lot of things that kind of disappeared on the covers. I mean, there were albums you'd buy just for a single on that whole album, but really you wanted that cover. I mean, you just wanted the cover, and you just don't get that anymore. With a CD, it's small. It's not. I mean,
sure.
God, when I was a teenager, I had album covers all over my wall. You wanted to show off your album covers.
And I would guess that anchovies probably taste about the same as sardines, don't they?
No.
No?
Salty.
No.
They're salty?
It's just pure salt with a
Yep.
fishy background.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
'Cause I've never had
They are so
sardines. I
damn
mean,
salty.
I've had anchovy. I've done sardines now. Something I thought I'd never eat in my lifetime, just doing something gross on the channel. But
I put those on the nasty sandwich challenge, and actually they weren't bad. I was surprised.
maybe I'll do
Sardines on
those.
toast.
Maybe I'll do those tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, those aren't so bad.
Those aren't so bad.
I put
Raw
mint
minced
clams
clams.
in
Oh, I'm sure that's.
make
I'm
homemade
sure
clam
those are.
chowder.
I'm sure those are lovely.
Just lovely.
In clam juice, my favorite. See?
Oh yeah.
In clam
That,
juice.
I don't understand that when it says in clam juice. How the hell do you juice a clam? I mean, yeah, where does the juice
Same way you milk a cat in Detroit.
come from? Now, if it was a bearded clam, I could but no, clam juice. It's really got me. Yeah. You know, anytime they've got a product like that and it says in its own juice, it's like, you let that thing juice in my can before you put it in there? No, don't be doing that. I like it when they say albacore tuna packed in water. I like that. That means you washed my damn fish and stuck it in a can. But if you said that tuna is stuck in there with its own juice, I just, ooh. Yeah. Roman and made me do sardines. Such an evil woman.
I'm going to go grab a couple bottles of water. I'll be right back.
You betcha. Hey, while Phil's doing that, real quick, I'm going to play this for my members one more time. Some of the best folks in the world on that list. Yep. Anybody out there that doesn't have anybody on that list, check them all out.
I might be on that list
yeah,
one
Roman.
day.
Roman, I put that on my Tinder profile, soaked in my own juices. Yeah. It doesn't work, he says. Yeah. Yeah, tried it, but it didn't help. Yeah, you become a member, you get to play with all those goofy emojis. But my members don't throw a lot of those emojis up. Doggone it, you're paying for them. You should do it. Just put them all up there. Put them all up there. Yeah, once they're there, it's just a click of the mouse. Click of the mouse. There, look, get her done, Granny. Just loading them up. Cool. Yeah, I get more members. I get more emojis for you to play with. There you go, Shane. Yeah. Yep. spend a little of your perk there. Yeah. And now Anne's going to play. Yeah. Yeah, Sty and the compass. I need it. And Samantha the cougar. I mean, yeah. Anne. Yeah, I was a little embarrassed that one hike out there on that last trip. The get out there and got all turned around, wandering around, and I'm digging in my pack, having a snack and something to drink, and looking down, and I'm looking at my neck knife hanging there with a compass on it. Maybe I should use it. I turned and hiked about 50 feet, and I go, oh, look at there. There's my trail. There's my road. I was wandering around parallel to that road, wandering around in the damn woods. Not sure where the hell I was for sure, certain. I did know that if I kept heading in the direction I was going to come out to one of the two roads that kind of surround that big old section of land in there. And if I hit one of those roads, then the concern would be is, do I take a left or a right? Which direction is the truck on this road, you know? I wouldn't have liked walking a couple miles, finding out, no, there's a sign for camp. That means the truck's 4 miles back that way. Yeah. Anne with the eggplant. Crazy Anne.
Oh, she's definitely crazy.
Oh, she's definitely crazy. But she wouldn't be Anne if she wasn't.
That's right.
Yeah, that's Anne all over. That's Anne all over. She's laughing. You'll never catch me in that eggplant costume you were showing me the other day.
I gotta admit, Sty, I've been good tonight.
Have you?
Yeah, I've only been kicked off 6 streams.
Oh, what a light evening for you.
Oh, what it was. I'm out of practice.
And you're out of practice. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, heck, it's hard to believe that this is the first Sty Story Sunday for 3 weeks. That's
Yeah.
been 3 weeks out.
What's all this going on over in the chat?
Oh, everybody just kind of throwing up the emojis. I told them they're paying for them. They should be using them. That's
Come back, the chat's littered.
yeah.
Your trail trash should go over there and clean it up. Where you at?
Yeah, get trail trash over there to clean it up. Oh, I tell you what, them guys, man, do they haul in the trash. I would go insane having some of those beautiful spots that they're in down there, and they clean them all up, and then they go back and find them trashed and have to do it all over.
Yeah. Well, you just never, you know if it's trash, it's not going to say that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, yeah, John's saying, don't put Phil in my tent.
That's right.
Yeah. Boy, I'd unzip every window in there until he gets beyond the aftermath.
There's not a lot of gas that goes along with it. So,
Oh my God.
but
Wait till you see my meals video from camp and you see that Dutch oven full of camp beans.
Mm.
I was eating them frickin' beans for a week. Holy God.
I don't know. Every time I hear Dutch oven, I just kind of giggle. I can't help myself.
You what?
Every time I hear Dutch oven, I just kind of giggle.
You don't like Dutch oven?
Oh, Dutch oven. You know, when you fart and you put your wife's head under the covers until she wakes up. Dutch oven.
That's why you stay out of my tent.
That's right.
You bring your damn Dutch oven in the tent with you.
Yeah, I did that a few times early on in my marriage. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's not fun anymore after a
No.
while.
I'd pick
Yeah,
my husband out
yeah.
the bed if he did that.
Yeah, Adventures in the Heartland. I got a little video that's going to go up. Yeah, I caught him in his skivvies, trying to launch trying to get his boat on the trailer, and usually his wife Jan, she's the one. Jan is the one that loads the boat, but this time, and the water was cold, the air was cold. John says, "Nope, I've got this. I've got this." Next thing you know, he's stripped down to his boxers and he's walking out there to get his boat on the trailer. I said, and Jan's standing next to me, and I go, she looked at me, and I go, "Yep, camera's going." I got to get this on the camera. GoPro cooperated that time. Yeah,
That's good.
Chili and broccoli. That was another thing I made out there too. Was a big Dutch oven full of chili. Yeah.
Broccoli is one of those things that gives me gas.
See, I've never had problems with broccoli,
No.
and it's just like people that they say cucumbers will gas them up, and I can eat all the cucumbers I want. It don't matter. I was nervous as hell though when I had my gallbladder removed last year. They're telling me, "Oh, you're going to have to change your whole diet." And they're going down this whole list of everything that I better be precautious about eating. And certain things are going to go right through you. I have not had any kind of food problems at all. And I don't get gassed up or nothing. I mean, I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Same thing with my husband. He got his took out, and he does great.
Yeah, eat what you want kind of thing. And I've known so many people that say, "Oh man, now that my gallbladder's gone, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. It's terrible." And so I was nervous as hell about that because I love all kinds of food, And I tell you, and the one thing they told me to stay away from are anything greasy. So to test that, what did I do? First thing greasy was a pizza just loaded with pepperoni and sausage.
There you go.
Dripping grease. And I sat. It took me a couple hours. I had to reheat it once. But I ate that whole damn pizza. And I thought, we'll find out if that gallbladder has anything to do with pizza. Nope. Everything was fine.
There you go.
And my doctor said one of two things are going to happen. It's going to go straight through you because of all the grease. It's going to just go straight through you, or it's going to block you up. Didn't do either. All was well.
Oh, that's weird. It's either going to go straight through you or block it. I mean, that's.
Yep.
It seems like as a doctor, you would know it's either going to do one or the other. Not
well, and that's
it's going to go straight through you, or it's going to stop you up, or you just might poop regular. Well, that's anything. It could be that. Yeah, that's what everything.
Well, she was clear about it that I would not poop regular. It'd be one extreme or the other. She said different people's different metabolisms act differently after gallbladder's removed, and she said it'll be one extreme or the other. It's not gonna. You're not gonna be normal. You're not gonna be regular. Fooled her.
Yeah. How did you know you needed your gallbladder out, anyways?
How did I know?
Yeah.
I thought I was having a major heart attack. I walked into work, and all of a sudden I broke out into this cold sweat, and I had a pain in my chest, not down in my gut. I had pain in my chest. It felt like I was having a heart attack. And I went down on my knees. It hurt so bad. I got back up, and my assistant manager walked up to me, and I just said, "Guess what? You're working a double. I'm on my way to the hospital." Got in the truck, got to the hospital. That was a tough drive over there that time. Yeah. Got there, got myself in the emergency room, and the gal at the desk, she sees me right away, and she's on the phone. I don't know what she's doing, you know. That fast, there's an orderly out there with a wheelchair, scooped my ass right up, said, "Sit down, sir." And what's going on, you know? And I told him, zoom, zip me in. And you wouldn't believe all the tests they put me through. All the tests they put me through. And they were insistent it was my heart. They thought for sure I was having a heart attack because of my heart history, right? And so they said, "We're keeping you overnight. And if this doesn't improve, we're going to fly you up to Duluth and have them take care of you." And because our little town hospital only has 28 beds, they don't even have a on-site surgeon or anybody, you know. They got a couple of ER doctors, is it? And my doctor. So they got me in this room, and I'm just feeling miserable. I felt like I was dying. She comes barging into my room, and the nurse is there doing my vitals, and she told the nurse, "Get the hell away from them. Just go find something else to do." She grabbed my chart. She's looking at my chart. She says, "Hang on to the bed rails there, Sty." And I grabbed them like, "Oh God, what's she gonna do?" And she just walked up, pulled the sheet down right below my rib cage there, gave a push, and I just about went through the ceiling. And she says, "You're on your way to Duluth." She says, "You got a gallbladder that's got to come out." She says, "For it to be that extreme, you got to get out of here." And then here comes the attending doctor comes in. And so what do you think? He says, and she looked at him and she goes, "I think you're a moron. Everything on his chart says that you're treating him for a heart condition." She said, "I see him regularly and his heart is fine." She said, "You didn't even examine him for a gastric issue." And she said, "He's got a gallbladder that's all swollen up and super tender." She said, "I barely touched him and he almost went through the roof." She said, "He should have been up in Duluth 3 hours ago." So she got me out in an ambulance, and they ran me up to Duluth, and they put me on a bunch of painkillers to keep it stable until their surgeon could get to me, because he had 6 other people ahead of me. And he got me in there and cut that bugger out. And hell, within about 6 hours after the surgery, I was already feeling a ton better. And then I realized, fuck, I was sick a long time, man. That gallstone was bigger than my thumb.
Oh, really?
And it had a jagged edge on it, and it was lacerating the gallbladder. Oh. And it infected and started to swell up. And he said, "I thought he says, I thought I was going to have to," because they did where they cut a fairly good sized hole right over the gallbladder, and then they cut a couple others, and then they go in there with a scope so they can see what they're doing. They go in there and they get a hold of that bugger and snip it off, and they pull it out of that bigger hole. And he says, "I thought for sure I was going to have to do the big one on you, do the big incision," because he said, "I thought that damn thing was going to burst inside of you." And he says, "And then you could have died from toxemia just having that thing burst in you." And I'd like, whoa, well, at least it's out of there.
Right.
But Sty, I tell you what, Sty, I don't miss a trick, boy. I got to get enjoyment out of even the worst situation. When they got me out of surgery, there was a big snafu, and they got 3 of us in the hallway in these damn gurneys waiting for rooms to find a room to put us in, you know. And we're out there, and this gal, her and I are chatting, we're laughing and shit. We're stoned, you know. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're all buzzed up. We're not even out of our anesthesia yet, you know. And this guy, he starts cutting in, and he looked at me and he goes, "You old bastard, shut up." He says, "It hurts when I laugh." And all of a sudden I get smacked in the face with a pillow. He threw his pillow at me. So she starts laughing across the hall from me. He's in front of me. She's across the hall. She's laughing. She goes, "That was so good. You get it in the face." So I threw it at her and smacked her in the side of the head with it. She spun around, threw it back at the other guy, and grabbed her own pillow and threw that at me. And all of a sudden, here comes the charge nurse. "You three, cut it out. You're going to kill yourselves. You just had surgery. You can't be doing this." And the doctor, he comes walking down the hall, and he's laughing. He goes, "This is fun. This is a good way to wrap up the day," he says, "Now, I want you guys to get a good night's rest." And he looked at that nurse and said, "Make sure that they're not sharing rooms anywhere." He said, "Something tells me this is going to continue if we keep them close to each other." Yeah, let's have a pillar fight. Why not? The rummy bears.
Yeah, Saucy Shane got some rummy bears in the mail. Straight out of Poland.
Gonna do the whole pouch. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I messaged him.
There's what was it, a dozen in the pouch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, ouch, 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 ouch.
Hey, don't forget, Saucy Shane, at some point, you and I have to get together on this.
357. That.
What's that?
I haven't even had it out of this thing yet. This is just scary.
That, you know, because of what happened to you doing that sauce that time.
Oh yeah.
Anything that's sauce that you're gonna challenge yourself with makes me nervous, man. Hey, Gary Two Sellers, great to see you. Yeah. Let's see. Can I make it bigger?
I don't know. I don't know if I can get my camera to focus.
Oh yeah.
Warning: do not consume directly. Food additive only.
Right. It's supposed to be an additive, not a.
I'm additive to my mouth.
You're adding it to all that other shit.
Premium pure Olorison capsaicin.
Nuts.
Nope, there's no nuts in it.
No, the nut is gonna soak himself with it.
Nope, nothing about nuts in there.
So what are you gonna? You're gonna try to do that bottle, eh?
Oh no! I'm not doing the bottle of this. No. That's on a level that I am not on.
No.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want to try to do, even doing a spoonful, small. Like if I were to use like the League of Fire.
Right.
The
little.
That would be a lot, but that's I think is like my max. If I'm going to do it,
Good.
That would be the maximum amount I would even consider trying. Would be that spoon, because for most people, just take a Q-tip, or not a Q-tip, but a toothpick amount on the end of a toothpick is a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I'm thinking that's mouth burn, right? So if I could do a spoonful, or that little, I don't know. We'll have to.
Yeah.
One day when we're not, when our judgment isn't good, and we've life decisions and whatnot. Add them to a frozen ding dong, yeah. Saucy Shane, I'm not doing a spoonful of that shit.
Yeah, Shane's smarter than the rest of us, right? Yeah. Do they make spoons that small?
A baby spoon.
Yeah.
Well, that's the League of Fire, not League of Fire, but that's this mother of pearl spoon. It's not very,
No, it's not that big, but still with that stuff.
It's shallow.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this obviously will put a ton of shit on there. So yeah, it won't be good. There's no good amount of that stuff to do.
No.
Doing none of it would be what would be good, but you know, hey,
That'd be the smart thing to do, but
I've always
who the hell
wanted
ever
it.
accused of anyone of that, right?
I've always wanted it, and I'm not going to do a Johnny Scoville, and I'm not going to do a Roger Trier with it. So
Now metal music saying sporks. Now, hey, there you go. Pour some of that on a fork. I'll do a forkful. It runs through the slides, and you just get what's on the slides, you know. Yeah. Never thought of that. I'll do a sauce on this fork.
yeah, I think my next thing though is those 8 boxes of bites, which is what I was supposed to do this weekend until I got those Packy chips. But I figured, you know, the Packy was something that was, you know, most talked about. So, you know, it's funny, you know, I was talking to Ann about this. You know, a lot of the stuff that I do, no one knows of it. No one's heard of the bites. I mean, people in our community have heard of the bites. Our community is so small. And then of all of those people in our community that could even tell you about the bites, just a percentage of those people. So you really got to come up with an interesting thumbnail and an interesting title to get people to watch you do the bites.
To get more outsiders.
To get people that aren't your normal, you know. It's
Right,
I mean, it's easy to put a thumbnail and title together of things that people know about. Like I've got 1,000 views now on my Carolina Reaper blazing chicken wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right.
But of course, you know, everybody heard about that. Everybody knows about that. And 1,000 actually at this point, I think it's been 2 weeks. 1,000's actually a low number now when you think about it. So
Right. Hey, Hike with Mike, buddy. It's good to see you.
Mike, what's up, man?
Hope all is well with you, Mike. Hope all is well.
Oh, that's
Great
cool,
to see you.
Aussie Shane. I've never had a crazy Kimberlin.
Here you are today. Huh. He won one. And hot as fuck reefer, something like that.
Yeah, you've always got to see what TubeBuddy says as far as what that title is, you know. Now, and what I'm finding too, it seems as if, and I'm no expert on stuff. I keep trying to figure out what's going to work best, but it seems as if putting like stuff down the side,
Yeah.
instead of what I was doing for my thumbnails, like putting words down the side, seems to be getting a little better attention than what I was doing before, having words here, words there, or whatever. So like the Blazing Carolina Wings one was all off to the one side. That seemed like a good thumbnail. Although I think a lot of my thumbnails are good. It really what it boils down to is what people are seeing on their phone. If it's good to seeing people on the phone, you know.
That's it. Yeah.
I keep trying, you know, hit or miss.
Yeah. And my thumbnails are basically just consistent, you know, just the way they are, you know, that follow the same format generally, you know. And one thing I noticed too is sometimes I just think, I do too much video stuff to be posting it like I do so often. In between these camping trips in the winter, I have fewer, you know, it's maybe one a week.
Mm-hmm.
And those do quite well usually. But like even on this camping trip, the first one up did well. Second one did a little less. Third one did less than the second one. And that's usually the way it goes, and it'll plateau. And then I'll have about the same amount of views for every one now that I post up there. It's just like the very first starts out real good, and then it just plateaus and it stays. And so and I look in the YouTube suggested videos, the average stays the same. So it's just like I've got a certain number that they're going to watch anything I put up there, you know.
Right.
And it's once in a while there's that odd one in there where all of a sudden, and it's like, what did I do? That's like my Shaga video. The thumbnail on that thing. Now, keep in mind, I put that sumbitch up there 5 years ago,
Right.
and it went nuts. 40,000 views on that thing, and the thumbnail sucked. The quality of the video sucks. It was the Shaga thing.
People look searching for Chaga. Yeah.
It was, yeah, and it, harvesting Shaga is what did it. Was that title? Is people wanted to know where the hell can I get that shit without paying for it?
Right.
And so, yeah, it went nuts. And in fact, just in the last 28 days, I had 229 views on a 5-year-old video.
Wow.
So, I average between 200 and 400 views a month on that video still 5 years later. And so it's, yeah, that bugger just, and I've tried to figure out what can I do to get them to do that. What happened to that one? And it just ain't doing it. And the thing is for me, yeah, I don't want to make my channel work. I don't want it where it's a burden, and I've got to really put some marketing thought and that kind of run it like a business approach. I just don't want to have to go there. I'm retired. I don't want to have to. Yeah. If I was maybe 30 or 40 years old, it'd be a whole different ball game.
Right.
Man, I'd be going ape shit, because I can see how if you can like you said, Phil, get it to where the outsiders, it draws their interest and they come flocking in.
Right.
And even if you're only picking up 1 or 2% of all of those outside views as subs, all that view time, all the value of the views, and you still pick up a few subs along the way from it. It don't take long, and your channel could start snowballing.
Now, your video that you fell down in, was that? Have you already put that in a video?
Nope.
Now, see, that ought to be at the very end of a video. That I would
See, then that's what I'm thinking.
A 7 or 8 minute long video and have a thumbnail and everything that talks about it, but the fall down does not happen until the end of that video.
Yeah, and what I was thinking was I'll put a blooper little video together that, like you said, is 5 to 8 minutes long, but I'll show kind of like a picture where you can tell that I'm falling, just a still shot for the thumbnail, where you can see, oh shit, he's falling. You don't get to see it all, but you just get to see that one fraction of a second, and then in the title suggest you wait till you see this,
right?
And then not let them see it till the end, like you said,
right?
And that'll hold people to get all the watch time of that video. Yeah, and hopefully bring a bunch of other folks in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kirk. Thanks. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort. Phil and I've talked about this so many times, and Phil, I tell you what, he's doing everything he can to kill those thumbnails. I mean, because that's a big part of it. And sometimes the video quality doesn't mean a thing. And Nicholas Green, what a great kid, man. I adore that guy. And his viral video, he looks back constantly and what did I do? And like he said, he believes that it was because somebody promoted him, in a sense, over on Reddit. And It went crazy on Reddit. And everybody came flocking to him. But he didn't know that this person did that. And he's thinking, yeah, if you could get someone to do that for you, you know, to get you out there to places like Reddit, that the odds improve, and that's it, is sharing it out, different places, and yeah, Roman, at the end of the day, that's I was really surprised the 2 weeks I was gone. Those 2 weeks, my views crashed.
Did they?
They crashed because I didn't put anything up and I had no live streams. My views were averaging only 100 views every 48 hours. So that's 50 views a day. My average is usually about 350 to 500 views. Well, a lot of times, it tells me 350 to 750 is my average views for 28 days. So it's close to 1,000 views a month, But during that 2 weeks, it died. Boom. They were watching a lot of the older stuff, because there was nothing new going up. People weren't hanging out and watching. But what freaked me out? So I watched all those views and watch hours drop off. But what freaked me out? I gained 12 subscribers during 2 weeks. I didn't put anything up there.
Yeah.
I gained those 12 and they stuck. They stuck there. That's yeah, John. Put up 4 videos this week, still waiting to hit that 1,000 mark. Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks that when we put up a live video or even any video, that people get notification. If someone's getting notifications and they're not coming to your thing, and eventually I've seen notifications for other people that keep coming across my phone. I'm like, I'm not going and watching this, and then I get to a point where I unsubscribe. There's a part of me that's thinking that my notification, someone subscribed to me at some point, whether it was through networking or whatever, and they finally said, you know what, I'm unsubscribing, and then is getting offset by all my new subscribers. So even though my numbers have stayed around the same for probably the last 6 months, I have a feeling that I have a better 3,400 subscribers now than the 3,300 subscribers I had 6 months ago. I got more people that are actually watching and paying attention to my content than I had, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So the dead subscribers are gone. The people that are just numbers and aren't watching any content, aren't doing anything, or more of them are gone. So,
right. And see, then that's the way I see it too. Is my 3,400. It's a pretty solid number now, where it was real fluid in the past. Like you said, you had a bunch dropping off, a bunch coming on, a bunch dropping off, a bunch coming on. Now what I'm seeing is smaller amounts coming on, but they're sticking.
Right.
They're sticking, but it's slowed that whole build. It slowed it down, but it seems to be sticking better with folks. And that's what I like is, folks, if it sticks, that means, they're going to come back. They might not come back all the time, but they're going to come back on occasion. And I've got some subs to my channel. They subbed to me 5 years ago, and they'll pop in and leave a comment in a video, and it's like, oh my God, I haven't heard from them forever.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years I haven't heard from them, and boom, there they are. The MT Woods Runner is a good example. Yeah, we've been subbed to each other for 4 years. MT for the longest time. We just got away from YouTube, and then when he got back in the swing, boom, he starts showing up in my streams and leaving comments on videos. I was so glad to see him back, you know. But yeah, you know, and that's it. Is how do you rate your own channel and your audience? I find that I have a habit of that, rating my audience and saying, and that's why I'm constantly saying, I got the best audience. I got the best people that come here. I don't have problems. I don't have issues. They're the best people, and it's a lot of them that return, you know, and that's it. Is share it out, share it out, share it out, and get some more folks like you show up. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Hey, Boomer D, there we're talking about guys you don't see often, and I lurk once in a while. I'll run over to Boomer D's and lurk. And Boomer, yeah, he's been around with me for it's been at least a couple years now. Yeah, it's great to see you, Boomer.
Can I ask you a question, Sty? On StreamYard, did you realize there's a box down in the corner of the video in StreamYard now that we didn't have before, where we could make us full screen?
Of
like I'm in the bottom right-hand corner, so if you go down to the bottom right-hand corner where I am, there's a full screen thing. When did that show up?
You know, I don't know, because I only noticed that early today when I was setting up my StreamYard.
That come out about 4 weeks
gives
ago.
You the full screen. You can't see the
chat.
Yeah, right. I got the chat over there on my phone, but I just
if you got the chat on a. I'd say I was thinking of that too. Is I can run the chat over on my other TV,
right
over here, and I could go full screen.
I noticed now though when I look down at myself now, because I'm further away from the camera, that like now I'm looking at myself. I'm looking down instead of like when I'm looking at you. At least I'm looking closer to the camera, you or Granny. Now everybody's so spread out on the screen. My camera's so close to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just now I could actually. Yeah. Maybe I need to make everybody up here smaller. I don't know.
Anyone smaller than you fat fuck.
Yeah, you don't even show your face, dickhead, so shut up.
I never noticed that.
Oh, I gotta try this. Okay, so there's Phil.
Now I'm really full screen on my whole
and
computer
I'm gonna go
monitor.
full screen.
My whole computer monitor.
God Almighty! Holy God! That would be pretty good to use if you're watching somebody doing a challenge or something, and it's just them.
Yeah.
Pop them completely out to watch. You know.
You can see the boogers up close.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe not.
Ooh. Yeah, certain close-ups.
Yeah, certain. Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you guys can do it over there, but I ain't putting myself full screen like that. That's full screen on the standard panel is enough. Yeah, so you guys don't need to be looking that close. I use that line every day to some poor dumb moron. Just look at me.
Right?
Done some update with StreamYard the last days. Yeah. I was gonna go over and look at I'm always over on their Facebook page looking at the updates and anything they put up on YouTube, their town hall meetings and that, but I'm behind. I've been gone 2 weeks, and so I gotta catch up with what they've been doing.
See, now what I gotta do. Let's see here. This doesn't charge my phone. This killed my phone battery now.
See, I can't use my phone for that stuff. It just don't hold up to do it.
Well, I keep mine on a stand down here that keeps it charged, but now I would have to keep it plugged into a cord, but it would screw it up for the purpose of, if I wanted to make a comment on here, and I'd have to, every time I wanted to make a comment, see, I could put it up here by the camera.
Roman, you can't get rid of me, YouTube herpes.
So now when I watch your chat, at least it looks like I'm looking at everybody. Or no, it actually looks like I'm looking above everybody, doesn't it?
You know, that's one thing too I want to mention is I don't know if you all noticed that um, on the video screen, if you're watching a video, when you're watching it, you can go to the settings if you hover over the video, and you go to the settings, and you look at the quality, playback quality. Like right now, I've got this stream going on YouTube, and the quality says auto 360p. Now I can go in there and I can jack it up to set. It'll allow me to jack it up to 720, and it's like freaking night and day. It's like night and day.
What's it? Mine was it 720 is auto on mine.
Yours says 720 auto.
Yeah, 720 is auto. But you know, mine's an iPhone that just had the latest update, so that may have done.
See, and for me, it changes video by video. I've gone to videos that said it's in HD and start playing it, and you look at that, you hover over the video, and you can see underneath, you know, it's got the play button and all that, and the time band. Off to the right's the settings wheel. If that settings wheel says HD, well, now you're watching it in HD. But if it doesn't, click on it, and it'll give you the highest definition you can get for that video. So if you're watching a video and you want to see it in HD, click that settings wheel on the screen and jack it up to the highest HD it'll allow. Well, the highest it's going to allow you is going to be 1080. But yeah, I mean, I've watched some videos where someone's doing a review or a demo, and I want to see the item they're working on, but it's kind of poor quality. Go in there, jack that up to HD, hit it 1080, and boom, it pops right out. And all of a sudden, it looks real good. I just wish YouTube would, you know, I upload at 1080. Well, then play it at 1080 to anybody that watches it.
Right.
You know, don't make them have to go make sure their settings are high enough, because so often your HD video is being played at standard definition to people, and I always make sure that my video is done processing in HD before I ever post it. I don't want to publish it until I see that they're done processing the HD.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing everything right in Filmora to make sure my stuff is coming out in the highest quality. So
yeah,
I'm doing the 80,000 frames per second or 80,000 whatever, and the 30 frames per second or whatever, but I'm still not sure that it's all, I don't know, it's all translating.
Yeah. Now I've done a couple where I, you know, if you jack it up too high, it's not going to matter, because YouTube, you know, you can upload 4K to YouTube. They're not going to publish it over 1080.
Right.
I've had people say, "Oh no, yes they do. They give you 4K." No, they do not. All right, let's get into the argument. I heard so and so say, and on and on and on. YouTube don't. It don't. I tried that with one video, uploaded it at 4K, and YouTube defaulted it to 1080. They just don't put out 4K. And they do it for good reason, man. They can't handle the server space if everybody's doing 4K.
Sure.
It's huge. Can you imagine having 300 million YouTube accounts decide that they're all going to upload 4K?
Oh God.
Every one of their servers would lock up.
Yep, major crash.
It would. They
Like
haven't mastered that yet.
Like when I was working, we had one of the owner's son decided, well, he's going to restore every email he ever had.
Oh, wow.
Our email server quit working.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh, too much demand. It just, yeah. Hey,
I was like, oh Jesus God.
Nick fell off. I worked for a company back in the 70s called Data 100. And what we did is we tested all of the CPUs, all of the RAM, every anything closed circuited that went into any computers that were being built during that time. And our biggest contractor at the time was IBM. And we tested every chip that went into an IBM system. But those were the days when to be online, there was no such thing as online. It was just direct connect internet. You used the phone, had the two cups, you pop the phone in the two cups after you dial in, and you don't put that phone up to your ear, it'll blow your ears out. Plug that bugger in, and we did all our computing on hard stations. It printed everything off. There was no CRTs, no screens. It was all paper. Everything was, you had boxes of tractor feed paper everywhere. But I got on there. I worked the graveyard shift, and I was running tests on these CPUs for IBM. Those damn CPUs were $2,800 a piece. And so you're all strapped up because any static electricity, those old CPUs were much worse than they are today. Any static electricity, just touch your hair and you'll fry one of them CPUs. So, and if you fried them, oh my God, you could fry 3 of those before you got a 5-day suspension without pay. You fry a 4th one, bye, you don't work here anymore. So I was bored that night while those are running, the tests are running, everything's going like $1 million. So I got on the terminal and messing around, and I had just read an article about what they call rotating equations. There's no answer to it. Well, there is an answer, but it might take you 15, 20,000 years to get to it because it's a rotating equation. Every time it calculates, it's got a new calculation it has to make. It's a rotating equation. And I thought, the servers we were connected to were governmental servers with the IRS. We're sharing the same servers as the IRS. I got on there and typed in a rotating equation, and like a damn fool, hit enter. That tractor feed paper was just, and that printer just zing, 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 zing. And after about 45 minutes, I'm going, why isn't it stopping? Why isn't it stopping? After about an hour and a half, I'm in a panic. I couldn't get it stopped. Didn't matter what commands I gave it, couldn't get it stopped. Grabbed that phone, pulled it out of its cradle, and I hung the bitch up. Said, "There, you're not connected anymore." So yeah, my printer stopped. All of a sudden, here's a supervisor come flying into my department. We narrowed it down to you, Sty. I go, what? What? And he goes, you know the servers that are down in St. Louis, Missouri? I go, yeah. What about them? And then he looked and he goes, did you notice that your tests on your CPUs has come to a pause? It stopped. And I looked and I go, oh yeah, it did, didn't it? I said, oh shit, I went and pulled the receiver off. I'll have to reset and go back. I'll have to test 10% back. And then he goes, you ain't gonna be able to. I said, what do you mean I ain't gonna be able to? Well, we just got a call. Somebody entered a rotating equation into the file server down in St. Louis. And that file server, they have got a dozen techs working on it right now on what they can do to stop that server from answering that question. Because it has taken every single, from about And that was the worst part. There was 135 businesses and federal agencies using those servers. And they said every request to those servers has been stopped until it answers that question. And they said right now their estimate is 14 to 18 hours before they can get that server to stop doing that shit. And they charge $315 an hour just for the right to access it. Then they charge another $600 an hour to actually run a program on it. That's why those CPU chips are so damn expensive. Because at that time, for the servers to test them, it was very spendy. It cost you a little over $900 just to test one. And I fucked it all up. And I was amazed though. The corporation came to my defense. They wanted to know why our department, why that wasn't put right in the manual and why it isn't posted at the modem that no non-required requests are to ever be posted on your terminal. You know, they said, you didn't tell him he couldn't do it. And how the hell would he know that it would lock the whole damn world up for almost a whole day? You know, he wouldn't know. And so, yeah, so I got off kind of scot-free. They moved me from that department into the CRT department because they were just coming out with the CRTs, the screens. They're only about that big. And they were in the amber color, you know, tiny little bastards like that. And you're trying, oh yeah, I can almost read that. Oh yeah, yeah. So testing CRTs was a little safer, you know.
Sty?
Yes, sir. It is. It's the 3-hour mark, guys. I think we need to wrap it up. We really do. Think about me tonight, and I'll be picking up dog poop in a thong. All right. I think we yeah. I think that's a good yeah, that's a good close. I mean, God, there's this is for you, Roman.
Right?
Oh my God.
Dog poop in a thong.
Oh,
there's a great picture in my head.
Now, I got that vision too, Phil. It's terrible. It's terrible. Hey, everybody, I'll see you on Thursday. Around the campfire. Looking forward to it. I got 3 days of busy stuff, and yeah, I got to do fall cleaning around here too. In other words, I got to clean shit up before I fall over it. But it has nothing to do with the time of the year. But hey, Phil, man, it was awesome, brother, that you hung out so long tonight with us. It was great having you here, man. And it was fun last night, even though you were suffering, pal. It was fun. It was fun. Everybody, keep an eye on Phil. You got to get over there. Anytime Everything Spicy's going live, get over there. Get her done, Granny, sweetie. Thank you. As always, you're just so dependable. I love having you here.
I love being here.
And good luck on your van. I hope it's something simple that can be done. I really do. Keep us posted on what you find out.
I will.
Yeah. All you folks out in the chat, love you, and we'll see you Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time around the campfire.
See you there.
And for his sake, keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy.
And for Ann's sake, keep it horny.
And what he said this time.
Yeah, what I said this time. Good night, folks.
See you.